Hello, ladies and gentlemen, fans and combatants. We are here for yet another top 8. But first and foremost, I definitely want to give a huge shout out to PlayStation 4 for making today's events and all the whole season's events possible. So make sure you guys check out all that the PlayStation 4 tournaments have to offer. The Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is presented by PlayStation 4, so check out their PlayStation 4 Tournament Open Series. PS4 tournaments are always on, so be sure to check out all the available titles with tournaments happening right now all the time. I'm not kidding, definitely all the time, always happening. PS4 tournaments are weekly competitions of all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. And again, if you guys want more information on this, all you have to do is go to compete.playstation.com and sign in with your PSN ID so you guys can see all the available tournaments and all the unique prizes. And it's just going to be a fun thing to do. Again, skill levels of all types of players, whether you're a newer player, intermediate player, or more advanced player, there's something for everybody there at compete.playstation.com. I am Darth Arma, and I'm joined here by Ultra David once again here. Man, we've been calling so many great top eights, and I definitely think, not to say anything about negative about anyone else, but I'm the most excited about this one. We have a lot of great talented players here, a lot of different character varieties, so I cannot wait to see what these guys pull out. Speaking of guys, the Brothers of Destruction, Video Games Yo and Josh TQ are going to be starting off in the winner semifinals in the top 8 bracket. Then we're going to be moving on to Biocchio from Italy, going up against Conflictus. And then in the lower bracket, we're going to be seeing MK Javier representing España. That's right. You don't want to say Spain because España sounds so much nicer. Law Corridor representing Germany. PND Omega K representing the UK. And then we have is that the Belgian flag? Yes.
That is the Belgian flag.
Yes, I got it right. Dunax. I was trying to be a dude. I didn't. Why did I question myself? I should have just been a geography whiz like Ultra David, but one day.
That's what I'm saying, buddy. But look, we're going to get to see a lot of really cool stuff here. It's always a great match when the brothers fight right up at the top. And yeah, we're going to get to see, I would imagine, a lot of different characters. We have thoughts from each of the players as well, and we'll get to that when we get to each player's match. But some of these guys have some funny stuff to bring up. Yeah, this region is very talented. There's no doubt about it. Some of the best players in the world are from this region. For sure.
Yeah.
When it comes to this weekend, we're going to see some of that. We're going to see some of the absolute top level talent in the world, which is going to be a blast. There were a ton of entrants as well. Very, very deep field. So these players have already made it through a deep tournament to get here. It's already been a tough road, and the road's only going to get tougher at this point.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to get tougher. I mean, especially when it gets down to the wire, everybody competing for those last attempts at points. Again, guys, this is just the beginning of it. There's going to be so many different events, with the coming months. They have a great season altogether. So make sure you guys check out the rules. Especially if you're in any of these regions, there are going to be opportunities for you to compete. So just because you didn't get into the first week doesn't mean you won't be able to compete with the best of them later on. If you have what it takes, definitely give it a shot. And for the most part, it is a very fun experience and a great way to make friends, make rivals, and just get better. I mean, not for nothing, but fighting games or just anything that you do competitive does feel better if you get better at it. Not necessarily saying that, you have to be the Sonic Fox or Ninja Killer to have fun with a fighting game, but just, feeling the progression really kind of, amplifies your joy. I don't know. I'm just speaking on behalf of myself, but that's how I feel.
No, look, I agree with you as well. That's like why I've been playing fighting games competitively for 20 years. Yeah, I may be into it. I think that's something I've learned about myself over the time. So Video Games Yo and Josh TQ are going to start us off, and they had some thoughts, like I said. Here's what Video Games Yo had to say about this match and his chances in the tournament. Always seem to find myself matched up with my bro, but the fights are always good. And then Josh TQ, his thoughts. Hey, what do you think about playing against VGY right off the bat? His thoughts. VGY is a scrub.
Brotherly love right
there, absolutely. His other quote is buff Aaron. Ooh, I like how almost all these quotes are actually buff. Insert my main character here. And then Video Games Yo's quote is, in there like swimwear. So thanks for making me say that on national television. I appreciate that. It's really great.
that's your favorite.
It's my favorite saying for sure. Scud shot, enhanced, locked and loaded, and cattle toss. Okay, fair enough. And then it was a rising star. I didn't see the rest. What was happening out there?
I was actually looking in the same spot, but I would imagine it's going to be the shades because you know,
Yeah.
a lot of damage throwing shade.
Nothing hot lead can't cure.
And Aaron Mask is so creepy. I love it. You see like the fake teeth. Oh, no mids.
No mid. Okay, for sure.
Do you think VGY went to his brother's PlayStation and changed his variation names right before the tournament?
Oh, I'm so hoping that is true.
That's gonna be the legend, all right? The unofficial legend is that's what happened.
We're going with it. We're absolutely
He went to
going
the
with
bathroom. He went to the bathroom, and while he went to the bathroom, he just messed with all his custom variation. All right, go for a sweep here. Oh, look at that! The one time he goes for it, and that shows you like pure experience in this matchup. When Aaron goes for forward 3-2, it is flawless block, a bubble, or there's a flawless block gap in there. And VGY just completely capitalizing here.
Absolutely in control. Offensively, everything's working out. He's been able to just coast his opponent into the corner here. Josh is stuck. He's been backspin against this wall, I feel, for the last 30 seconds. Finally out of there. Can he make it count? Here's the beginning. VGY holding off on the breaker. And directly back in is Josh. Oh man, can he make this full-on comeback? He was way down in life and positioning, but here he is. Command grab.
Love it. Cattle toss. Gonna amplify for a little bit more damage.
Out of the corner. Okay. And that
Very
is
smart of him.
enough. Look at that.
Yeah, very smart of him to know exactly what he needed. A regular throw wasn't going to be enough, but that amplified command grab, exactly what he needed. Amplifying those fireballs.
Out of that. These guys obviously know each other in a way that most competitors do not.
Exactly. And you got to, pull out different tricks. Get him under the throw. That was definitely him letting go a block in a crouched position, going under that high. All normal throws in this game act as highs. Oh man, a throw escape possibly.
Awareness here, can't tech that one, baby. Josh TQ has a life lead. Has some space for himself as he just pumps down the rifle to try to get this chip down, free up the KB. And no, that is going to be enough. Look at that. VGY started out that game on fire. Totally in control in that first round. And the first round and a half even. But Josh, after that, with his back to the corner for so long, was still able to do it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely very decisive that first round. I mean, VGY all over the place, knowing exactly, where the tendencies, where the gaps were. And, Josh had to make a few adjustments here, but he did it really well. And I loved how he utilized the command grab in a lot of those situations, the do or die situations, where most players are kind of comfortable, especially high level players, are very comfortable with the idea of, okay, if I see a throw animation, I am skilled enough, I have good enough reactions to try to throw tech. But that's not the case with command grabs in this game. In this game, there's no tech in command grabs. As soon as that animation connects, you're getting grabbed. You're done. It's over. And Josh EQ knowing that, it's kind of like he's playing to the strength of his brother. He's playing to the idea that, yes, I am a very reactionary, throw techer. Some people do it preemptively before the throw animation even happens, but especially given that the connection here is also so great, he's definitely waiting to react to this animation. So, VGY needs to take a little bit more preemptive risk here, ducking under the command grabs, because they do hit his highs, I believe. Forward throw here from Johnny Cage, taking a little bit of acid damage, but that's okay. Not really going to be affecting him or making him make any different decisions. Down 4 to get super plus frames. Josh being very respectful, but this time coming in with a forward 3 right into the command grab. A nice little tick throw from Aaron Black. Wake up, dizzy knee from Johnny Cage. Goes for the nut puncher. That's going to be a big punish here. Going into the locked and loaded rifle. Good awareness of the corner and ball.
And then the UOH to take it. I love what Josh is doing here. He's been able to back up VGY into the corner as opposed to last game where it was the opposite. VGY's got a battle out. He's got the interactable right next to him. Away from it now. Oh, chance? No, not quite there. That's what Josh's idea was. These little individual hits are mounting. Okay. No meter, unfortunately, for Johnny.
The command grab.
Look, he's been making comebacks already in this set.
Oh yeah, we're seeing it here. Super plus, or a lot of blocks them there from that string, so it really opens into the rifle really nicely. And I think you're forced to block that high because you're still in so much blocks. But look at that, getting under the fireball, going for the punish there. But he actually ends up. I mean, I guess he was anticipating the breakaway, so that's why he kind of cut it short. Went for the acid drop.
Oh man, VGY has to be real patient here. Finds the hit. That fatal blow is just itching. You know his fingers are on the trigger, and there it is! It's going to be right on the margins. Right on the margins here. Give me the shields. Give me the souls. No! It's not going to be the shields at all. It's Josh taking game number 2 against his brother.
And it looks like raw fatal blow does, a little bit more than, it looks like somewhere between 32 and 35%, I guess, depending on the shield. I don't know the exact math there, but that was enough. I know for a while that fatal blow used to scale a lot, but then they patched it a little bit, so it doesn't scale as much. So it kind of does as much damage as other raw fatal blows, but it's still like it was even when it did less damage. It's such a threatening fatal blow because he can just let it rip from full screen. And if you don't have like a crazy teleport or some kind of very forward advancing mobile move, like he can just do it for free. And if you ended up blocking a few things, that's free chip. Or if it hits, that's a free 30% conversion. It's so good here. Josh GQ looking incredible. 2-0 lead over his brother, Video Games Yo.
And Video Games Yo goes back to the same variation. He's feeling like this is his best chance.
This is the same variation
all the time.
Yeah,
it's the variation of Johnny that I've basically seen from everybody so far over the last, I don't know, week or so. Whenever I've seen a tournament or even just like, high-profile stream matches, like it's mostly been this variation. It does seem good for sure.
You want throwing shades for the, super damage that you can tack on from canceling fatal blow to get that crushing blow requirement. Then you want, I guess it's more of like turn steal ability with the rising star. As long as you got bar, you can make it safe and just keep your opponent guessing. Good blocks here from Video Games Yo, blocking overhead. Getting a low started of his own, ending it with rising star and trying to fish out something here. Maybe he thought he was going to go for wake up buttons, backing off. Too scared to whiff punish here, or didn't want to take the risk. Playing it calm,
walk low. Yeah, he knew that there were going to need to be some risks on Josh's side at that point. And even if there had been a fatal blow, at that point you have so much life left even still. He didn't expect that to come out, and he was absolutely right. So VGY now, some chance of pressure. Didn't have the bar to follow up, and no punish for Josh. All of a sudden a little timid. We've seen Josh been able to move around quite well, quite confidently. Right there, he was quite patient. And does take the off armor. Nice. Look at this. VGY really bad at him.
Oh man, short hop with the overhead. And VGY securing that game, showing the adaptation, getting around, a lot of the things that his brother was trying to do. A lot of things that Josh was trying to do here. But it came down to, I feel like he was utilizing Rising Star very, very well in certain scenarios. And Josh just needs to kind of adapt a little bit, which, again, when you play someone so many times, like, you're just kind of, eventually it turns into like a rock, paper, scissors shoot, where like you don't know what option they're going for in certain scenarios. Let's see if Josh decides to change up the variations. I didn't quite see the icons just yet, but we will be able to see it here in the loadout, thanks to this thing highlighting all the different abilities that are equipped. So we have Scud Shot, Enhanced, Locked and Loaded, and Cattle Tosser.
Same variation here.
Same thing. Same variation, sticking it
No
out.
difference. And yeah, it's not really adaptation, At this point, both players know all the options on the wheel, and it's just a question of where you spin it and where it lands. trying for the grab, but Josh interrupts first. Oh, they are back and forth right now. Patient that time, and then maybe looking for that grab, maybe looking for one of the highs to come through.
Oh, with that throw, that could have been extremely dangerous here, but does live to tell another tale here. Goes for the pissed off, anticipating the breakaway, but Josh doesn't give it to him. That's been doing a lot of work for VGY. Like last game, he definitely cashed in big with those call-outs. So Josh trying to be a little bit less predictable at the breakaways, you know, not doing it at the first possible window, but maybe doing a little bit later. Oh, what a flawless block here. You cannot get away with that string against someone who is a seasoned player against Aaron Black. Forward 3-2, easily blown up here, and a big jump. Yeah, I believe the score should be 2-1 on Josh 2. Yeah. And
so VGY is evening it up real quickly here. I mean, 2-1 is maybe not even accurate for very much longer. Okay. The grab comes out, and now Josh does have corner control, so let's not speak too hastily. Just like that, Johnny with the lazy boy jump kick out of the corner. And has again and has the game just like that. Look at this. Super quickly. Very, very fast. Giving him the boom.
It's game over,
Boom,
man.
Mike.
Yeah, look, that 2-2 evens it up
Johnny Cage
very quickly. Super fast back and forth here on both sides. I like some of the reads that we're seeing. I like, you know, the understanding of where and when to stand is obviously so apparent on both sides. So the very fast mobility and the ability for Johnny to stab back in, even often with highs or slower times walking lows, you know, that sort of stuff has been really, really helpful for VGY. He's just been able to put himself at the right spot more frequently.
Yeah, no, and that's what it all comes down to: spacing and, you know, positioning. You know, you got to position yourself in certain spots, and that can change very easily depending on what stage you're on, depending on what, you know, what characters you're going up against. Some characters a little bit more mobile than others, so, you know, a lot of things to take into consideration here. But it looks like Josh is going to be sticking it out here with Aaron Black. Especially because he got the first 2 games with this variation. I feel like he's just kind of chalking it up to, all right, I'm making bad decisions. I'm letting him jump in for free. No, never mind. He's changing up. Looks like we're switching over to Acid Pour. No command grab.
Instead, it's Acid Pour. Lets you try things out safely. You know, you can buffer into it and be pretty confident about the results.
Not a good start here.
There it is, exactly like that, right? Like, so you do have to respect Aaron after pokes in a way that may not be the same case otherwise.
Nice flawless block there, the low poke. Kind of a great way to really start some frame advantage. That's going to be a big whiff punish. And I love how he just, like, confidently stood there, like, yeah, let me let you whiff that. Here comes back.
He's just watching those feet fly, right? Yeah, that was great. Great spacing.
Getting right under those fireballs, making sure he's not forced to block anything. I guess he thought he wasn't going to amplify it there, trying to get a little tricky there with the slide, but ended up getting hit by the amplified portion of that move. Video Games Yo, knowing that, you know, once you get hit by those force balls, you are forced to block a high, and he was just right in the perfect position to do so. Get that free chip damage, free pressure. Down 3 from Aaron Black, does get blocked, so VGY able to swing right back immediately here. Lots of kicks from Johnny Cage. Here comes the low shinner. He's just going to keep him grounded.
Yo, the call out!
This gig should pay.
The call out on the armor breaker, what perfect timing right there by Video Games Yo. He really made the comeback in that round, and now not just that round, he's got the corner to start out this one.
Yeah, not only that, but also he made him come off those 2 bars, so he doesn't have access to breakaway. Just got that 4th bar back now, but able to get that Acid Pour out there. Very safe move, very mid, and it's just a good thing to just kind of throw out there and say, why not? You can kind of like double dip, you can go down 1 into the Acid Pour, and just keep your opponent guessing. There goes the slide.
Guessing is the name of the game right there.
Oh, it
you really got to block it when you're on top of the puddle, that's for sure. Okay, puddle's gone. VGY with no bar of any kind.
What did he knock over that?
That was too good. That is when you're playing your brother for sure. You know exactly what's coming up next. Josh gets a slight pushback. There's still... Okay, now there's bar here for VGY. Could be a threat. 35 on the clock as Josh tries to pummel. Big neutral jump. No, it doesn't hit.
If it was anything else, maybe if it was a different button. I know Aaron doesn't have great jump-in punches, but Johnny Cage was just so low to the ground. That could have been it, but he whipped the throw, and that's going to be no, not enough damage. Uh-oh.
Still
The
in.
back throw.
Look at the time, though. 15 on the clock now. Not much time. Finds it. Can he get some chip here? He needs
Got 3 more
something.
bullets.
8 seconds on the clock. 6 seconds on the clock. The jump does it for video games. Yo. With 5 on the clock, as close as it gets. He was right when he said his thoughts. I always seem to find myself matched up with my bro. The fights are always good.
Who hired this guy? What the?
That was down to the wire, man. I mean,
19.
the game number 3 and 4 definitely in like heavily BGY favor, but that last round there, it was so back and forth. It could have gone either way. That neutral jump just didn't connect the right way. Johnny Cage was like really low profile to the ground, so like the kick just completely whiffed. Oh man, that could have gone either way for these competitors. And VGY taking it, and you know what? That's gonna happen. You're gonna play your brother a lot because you and your brother are both so good at this game. So unfortunately, you're gonna run into each other, usually in the winners bracket. But that's okay. That's not going to be the end of Josh GQ. He's going to have an entire losers run to go through. So no shame there. He can't feel too bad about beating his brother. Although I don't even think he would care, even if he did eliminate him.
Well, look, you got to get this to that.
This little rivalry going.
That does mean, yeah, they definitely have one. VGY is in winners finals as a result, repping the UK in there. And the next side of winners is going to be B-Boy KU versus Conflictus. This is Italy versus the UK. B-Boy KU wanted me to say, I would like, this is in all caps, okay, so just imagine that I'm yelling it. I would like if the commentators dedicated a greeting to my breakdance crew called Fusion Crew. What's up, Fusion Crew? We're
Fusion Crew.
dedicating this greeting to you. And also
Just
to
to
the
you.
Italian MK11 community, for sure. So he's
really
in there.
cool to see.
As far as his thoughts on this top 8, what he says is, by mistake, I played and won my first match today. I hope to win it again today to win the final. So he just happened to make it here. No big deal. In top 8.
I guess.
I mean, congrats, I guess, if you can just skate on through. No, I think that's a really funny way to phrase it. As far as Conflictus, like to entertain the crowd and play flamboyantly. I respect B-Boy a lot, but I aim to overcome him by playing games with his head with heavy mixes. And as far as his quote, he says, "You don't know the power of the dark side of 50-50s." With the sub, of course.
I don't think 50-50s I think 50-50s are just all dark. Like there's no not dark side of 50-50s. You have to be a certain type of player to love 50-50s. A very, very evil player. But I want to go back to what B-Boy said about his accidental match play. Does he mean that he accidentally played Conflictus yesterday when he was supposed to play him today? I think that's what he means.
I have no idea. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think he's saying that they accidentally played before, like they didn't know that they had to wait for tomorrow, which is today, and that they had to play on stream, and that he ended up winning, and they're like, oh no, it doesn't count because you guys got to play tomorrow. So I don't know if that's it, but you know, you really gotta. I mean, I guess you gotta seem pretty confident that you won against this player, but you also gotta realize that you gave him a lot of information.
And then Orbiting Hat and Z Hat.
Lin Kuei style predict.
So Orbiting Hat and Z Hat's an interesting combination. Oftentimes you'll see Orbiting plus the follow-up, Omega Hat, but now he's gone with the Z here. Some little combos. Conflictus is happy to just get the forward 4, go back to playing this game. Why not? Gonna get 1 on the team counter.
Nice little teleport to get there just in time. Sub-Zero being pretty pretty reserved here, pretty passive, doesn't want to fight there, but never mind. Going for the mix-ups here, trying to keep it as safe as possible with creeping ice. Going right to the hot toss, leaving Sub-Zero in a standing position, forcing him closer and closer to the corner, but Sub-Zero, we gonna go for a side switch? No! Not sure why he tried to go for a down 2. No way he had access to breakaway, but maybe he's trying to get a little tricky here with a different Oki timing. Conflict this with the orbiting hat. Able to just go in for forward 4, doesn't get hit, or doesn't get a hit. Oh, and jump throw, very powerful in this game. Little pokes here back and forth, Sub-Zero with the down 4, trying to go immediately into the forward 2, and that's going to spell his demise here. His defeat in this round all came down to him going for that high-risk maneuver, forward 2 from Sub-Zero. If you don't cancel that into creeping ice, it was a very, very, very dangerous move, but it gets you so much, whether you want the crushing blow from the regular string, or you want to amplify Ice Ball to get a good full combo damage. Going a little hat spin here, even more, popping him up more and more, trying to go for Z-Hat, but Sub-Zero says no. He's going to press those buttons and go in heavily at his opponent. Going for a little hat spin here. Again, Z-Hat so good on a player's wake up that they have to like kind of force to, they know that they have to block, and the brutality just ripping the head off of Sub-Zero. Shades of Mortal Kombat 2, and you really gotta love how NRS put in so many brutalities from the old era game, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, and just as a little nod, as a little reference to all that. And Kung Lao,
you can tell that they've put in so much love into that kind of thing. This aspect of the game, of not just the gameplay side, not just the, you know, how do the moves and characters work, but the extra side of like really having callbacks in that sort of way. Not just for the returning MK characters, but for the guest characters too. That has been a big, big focus. You can tell.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's so cool is that, you know, you can, when you see things like that in video games, it's definitely like a very passionate thing. Like, you know, the people working on it, you know, they want to, you know, throw nods to the old days. Like, even if you see someone as high up, you know, in NRS, like Paulo Garcia. I believe Paulo Garcia started working for, you know, Mortal Kombat, dating all the way back to Mortal Kombat 4. If you look at the credits of Mortal Kombat 4, you actually see a picture of Paulo Garcia before he was the head of, you know, his department. He was, you know, he started QA.
Well, here we are in game. Great block overhead right off the bat. Not the creeping ice though. So he's now got the creeping ice plus the whatever the ice clone's called in this game.
the Arctic Trap.
What? Arctic Trap. Yes. Avalanche.
Yes, there it is.
I don't know. Yeah.
The avalanche move, but not ice clone. I remember losing my mind when
let's go! He put his foot out into it. That's so sick.
Oh. He did it again.
Come on, bud.
It's not working. It's not working. Oh, not there in time. No, that was a waste.
Oh no.
That was a complete waste of resources. You want to save those crushing blows, but I guess he got too excited. He's like, yes, I am feeling myself. Dark conflict this in the building here. That's okay. He's going to be riding this momentum heavy. Good throw tech here from Kung Lao. Throwing out the Arctic Trap. This time Kung Lao's like, wait a minute. No, I don't want to get frozen by that. Let me back up into the corner, but that's exactly what Sub-Zero wants you to do. He wants to cut off those resources. He wants to cut off that space. The down one into spin. Spin to win. Kung Lao, an absolute maniac here. Forward throw from Sub-Zero, trying to crush him into that giant ceiling of ice. What a conversion from Kung Lao. Good hit confirmed, utilizing those resources, getting as much damage as possible. Flip it over to the other side, and that's going to be a big punish into an even bigger crushing blow. Roland is not going to help you in this scenario, bro. He didn't commit to the low. There's mix after mix after mix. This is Sub-Zero playing at its highest level here.
Gotta play some defense now, though, as B-Boy comes in and gets the grab. And it is enough. You know, B-Boy has teleported himself into a crushing blow and into, I think, 3 Arctic Traps at this point.
Oh yeah.
It has not really been working out too well.
No, but he's being a little bit more reserved now, and now he's kind of saying like, okay, let me not go crazy with these teleports, let me calm down and assess the situation. But Sub-Zero wants you to slow it down. He wants to cut you off and then throw up that Arctic Trap. Now the Arctic Trap is no ice clone, but you know, it's a lot slower. Oh no, creeping ice. Oh, that could have been a really bad punishable situation. Throwing out ice balls, trying to see if he can get some kind of trade scenario here, but Kung Lao not giving it to him. Very patient.
He got the grab instead. Got the mix-up correct. Here comes the punish. This is in here. He goes for the reset. He needs more.
Back throw.
B-Boy as well. Got the corner control again. Gotta play some D here for Conflictus. B-Boy wants just one, maybe two more hits.
Oh my god, that was a hit! Oh, he goes for the overhead, but he doesn't block the creeping ice. It is the only thing that he can follow up with afterwards. And just like that,
tried to challenge after plus frame, forward 4, then tried to challenge again after getting hit by down 1. Those are two situations in which Sub had advantage. And B-Boy tried to challenge, but Conflictus was there to head that off at the pass.
Yeah, he was trying to just, you know, keep it solid, keep it as safe as possible. You know, he's doing a lot of overheads here, but most of them are being kind of covered by creeping ice. And the other thing too is that the second hit of creeping ice does hit as a low. You know, there's no other overhead that, you know, Sub-Zero can cancel into. So I want to see a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more methodical block patterns coming from B-Boy, you know, knowing that after that overhead, the only way he can go is that low if he chooses to do so, because everything, you know, you can react to the forward 2-4 animation, and, you know, you can react to creeping ice, very distinct animations that you have to block kind of separately. So he's sticking it out with the same variation here. We're going to have Orbiting Hat and Z Hat. Little mix of both those variations that we've been seeing a lot of it. Orbiting Hat spinning around, getting under, but not down two! A little too late, not able to connect that crushing blow, and that's going to be a lot of damage leaving on the table. Trying to throw that chainsaw, but nobody was home. Huge whip. I mean, was he trying to do stand 1-2 at that range? I feel like he was just too far. Way too far for chainsaw. Down 1, whipping completely there. That scenario. Not committing to the creeping ice amplification portion, instead just doing regular creeping ice because he recognized his opponent was airborne. Sub-Zero in a world of hurt right now. A very decisive round here for B-Boy Key.
Fight.
Interesting to watch those mix-ups around what to do in plus frames for Sub. Okay, just escaping. Yeah, just out of there, right? Not even contending. Way too far, and the whip punish comes here. Tried to get the Z-Hats, not in time. The startup on that is gigantic, of course. And now Conflictus is harassing him here. He is happy to go for overhead, but backs off first. Overhead. Does not block there. You may just be thinking that there's not going to be a follow-up at all.
Yeah, he definitely could be. Could be a little more hesitant. Maybe he's trying to challenge. Oh, that dive kick was such a risky move, but it did pay off. But unfortunately, B-Boy finds himself in the corner, getting thrown and just going from downtown to forward 2 into creeping ice, because why not? Creeping ice, relatively safe. I mean, the only thing most characters can do is flawless block, up 3 it, and if they do that, what's the big deal? They're coming off a lot of resources that can be used elsewhere, resources like Breakaway that require both defensive meters. Spin to win here in the corner, getting a lot of damage. Sub-Zero going for a ride. The Z-Hat setting up and leading it to even bigger combos, even bigger routes.
Uh-oh, it's Sub pressuring in the corner now, though. It could all change. Pick up 3. An empty jump grab. No chance of a flawless block anti-air, nothing like that. It was, and you know, on top of that, it's hard to anti-air anyway against Kung Lao. With that angle of that jump kick, many people will just let him jump and block, right? If not flawless block.
Yeah.
So using that as a way to gain entrance with the empty jump and the grab, I really like the mix-up there for B-Boy, who goes up 2-1.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when you're so conditioned, not just from like you're playing against this Kung Lao, but you play Combat League, you play in other online tournaments. That's what Kung Lao does, and it's not anything negative towards Kung Lao players, but one of his best tools, one of his best assets is the fact that he can really dictate people when he goes in the air, whether, you know, he's threatening you with dive kick and you're just like, oh, let me just block so I can punish, or if it's just a regular jump and kick. Kung Lao, for the most part, your initial reaction is, I can't anti-air him because I'm just going to get kicked in the face for trying. So that's why it opens up into empty jump grab. Empty jump grab, you're seeing that from a lot of different Kung Lao players. You also see that from a lot of Sub-Zero players too, because his jump and punch is really, really good. I mean, I felt like it went under the radar for a long time, and even now, if you don't think it's good, I just think that's straight up downplaying.
Dude, it's good.
It's so good.
Okay, so we got people in pressure. Oh, tried for the roll into overhead. Very cheeky setup. And now B-Boy gets to take control yet again. Oh, okay. Oh no! Needs to be punished well. Here's the beginning. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I would say that counts as being punished well. But Conflictus on the wrist. Gets the side switch and one part of KB. Will he finish with him? Not quite.
I thought he was going to back throw him into the corner, or possibly onto the clone, or Arctic grab. God, it's not enough. Yeah. So he did have an option there to go for up 3, which is the fully invulnerable wake-up attack. But I guess he just thought it might have been a little too obvious, or didn't want to come out of those resources. But Conflict is definitely here on the verge of going down to the lower bracket.
Yep, damage, corner, and part of the KP as well. And that has worked almost every time.
I'm telling you,
Overhead
he's
into
not
or into 5.
Yeah, even if he blocks the overhead, he's not, he's not anticipating the low portion of the creeping ice. He does get the crushing blow from the slide amplify. Not going to be enough damage as he didn't have the bar to amplify it for a little bit more, but instead, B-Boy finding another chance at this round. One more hit confirm into a combo, or maybe a little bit more chip after throw, but he just does wake up interactable, hold this bomb, hold this smoke bomb. I'm definitely swinging here.
I feel like his hurt box disappeared like smoke as he was doing that. He just magically went back a little ways and got that out. But he's still caught in the corner here. And the KB, the cash out. I believe Conflictus has his locked and loaded too. I look for back throw. That may have been the intention right there.
Yeah, it's definitely what he was looking for here. Going into the full string instead of trying to hit confirm in an ice ball, which usually is good. Sometimes people don't think you're going to do a third hit. Big jump in, tries to go for the forward 2.
Oh, the down ones, and then the down 2 could not do it. It just whiffed right there as B-Boy jumped over and takes it 3 games to 1 to punch his ticket to winners finals, where we will have him versus BGY.
Yes, BGY, who made a great comeback there against his brother earlier, and I'm seeing a lot of great play here, very confident play from all these players. I do want to see the blocking method changed a little bit there, but for the most part, this is a competitive setting. This is a lot of pressures on these players, especially because these points are on the line, and you want to get as many points as possible in order to qualify. And again, this is just the beginning, guys. We have a lot more tournament series coming on. We have a lot more of this top 8 coming through here. And again, welcome everyone. This is incredible, man. So many great top 8s and great representation from all over the world, and that's what you love. That's what you want to see is in this intercontinental combat. You want to see players that don't normally get the same opportunities as everybody else. For a while, for a very long time, if you didn't live in North America, it was very, very tough for you to compete at, the highest level. But since then, we've had these pro tours expanding all over the world. We have this incredible netcode in order for us to, properly stream it, call these matches. And it's just a great time right now. No matter where you're from, it's a great time to get involved. So if you guys aren't in it, if you guys aren't competing, definitely consider it. And a big shout out.
Yeah, one of the few upsides to this really crappy year, in which we're basically stuck at home for the most part, is that we have opened up more community, more online tournaments. The community has done a great job of that over the past few months, right? There's been a lot of great stuff, and I'm really happy now that there's the MK Pro competition in here as well to do the same kind of thing, and that exists in part due to Astro. Thanks to them. They are the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. All of our commentary audio is powered by Astro for the whole season. Check it out. Ooh, we are definitely modeling it well right now. I would say, IMO. Check out astrogaming.com to find more info on all of their officially licensed PlayStation audio products available now. So we are going to head down to the loser side of this bracket if we could check that out. just to remind everybody of what we have going on. MK Javier versus Law Corridor. Winner will play Conflictus. And then PND Omega K versus Dunax. Winner will play against Josh. You know, no big surprise that the UK is showing up well here. They have a very strong scene. They have half of this top 8. We'll see if they can keep it up. But we're going to start with the match in loser side that does not contain somebody from the UK. It's going to be MK Javier versus La Corridor. So as far as what they had to say, MK Javier says, the first match that I have will be very hard, but if I can beat him, I can go far in the top 8. I think that's a nice recognition of the strength of your opponent, but also that, you know, you feel confident in yourself. As far as his quote, he says, Viva España. So Viva España, everybody. La Corridor says, thoughts. I am sleepy AF, and I understand. I think everybody on this broadcast understands. As far as his quote, he wants everybody to know that Cetrion is mad broken, buff Joker, bottom 1 character.
It's true. All of it. All of it's
true. Yeah, I was going to look in your direction to see what you had to say about that part of it.
Okay, maybe the Cetrion part is definitely true, but maybe Joker might not be. Joker might not be bottom 1. But
maybe no, not. Maybe not bottom 1. Going out on a limb for the Joker.
Look, man, all these other characters got buffed because of customs, but not Joker. I'm just kidding. Mm-hmm. No, and it's really cool. I can't wait to see what Javier can bring to the table here. We've seen a lot of different characters from Javier over the, I guess, multiple years or almost years. Mortal Kombat 11, definitely a lot, mostly Scorpion, I want to say, comes out of Javier, but he has been known to play a little bit of Spawn and a little bit of Hero.
I'm so excited. I'm super excited to see Boing Joker. This is so cool. The down-up super jump he has. How are you going to incorporate this? I'm very curious.
So the down-up, I messed around with this variation a little bit. If you don't press a button, he actually has a lot of recovery. So you can't do like empty jump, super jump, because like you can still get easily trip guarded. So it's really only good if you know you're about to land a normal attack on your opponent. So it's a good way to get around some zoning, but you know, Scorpion doesn't really do that. Scorpion kind of has his own motive here. Good punish here from Joker, able to just get up and start swinging away here. Stand 2-1 into the Bird Boy beatdown. Now he's got to amplify 3 of these to fulfill that crushing blow requirement. Let's see if he can do any more, and let's see if he can cash in at the perfect opportunity. MK Javier keeping his calm, keeping it nice and cool. Down 4 from full range, just to kind of show his opponent, yes, I will be pressing this button, but maybe he'll be. But it looked like Scorpion just kind of came in on a wheelchair.
Yeah, he was riding on a wheelchair for a little bit, 100%. Yep. Fresh out of the hospital.
Roll in there.
Late here, and it was enough. Oh no!
Yeah, I guess it caught whatever Joker was doing. Maybe Joker was trying to do like wake up down 1 after the roll to try to get some plus frame. Beautiful reactions here from MK Javier.
Look at the time. 10 seconds left, 9 seconds left. Gotta make this count. Gotta block well. A grab you can survive. These hits you can survive. Maybe not one more. Is it enough? It is for MK Javier with literally 1 second left.
Just like that,
like
as
a movie right there. We are watching the camera countdown on the bomb, and it always ends at 1 second left. That's exactly what MK Javier had here.
It was also so incredible that Javier knew he had enough time to connect those overheads. Now, they don't lead in any combos, but they do pretty good damage. However, they are all very, very, very unsafe. But for him, he pretty much had to do it. Goes for the Boing. Kind of reminds me of shades of like upgraded Jackie, where she just kind of goes for, you know, anything on wake up, more than likely to try to avoid the opponent's up 3, make it whiff, and if they don't up 3, you're going to get some pressure anyway. Let's see if Corridor can do a little bit more of that custom variation move here. Just goes for a regular forward throw, not enough to seal the deal, but all you got to do is make him block one thing. And I like the decision there to go for the back throw. Corner positioning, even though it's against Scorpion, you still want to make him feel slightly limited in terms of options, in terms of movement. You can almost bet a teleport's coming out. Never mind, forward 3-4, able to cash that breakaway that breakaway money in, but now unfortunately not able to break away from the next thing he's going to be popped into. So he's just going to try to stay on offense as best as he can. That should be the second Bird Boy beat down, one more, and that crushing blow will be loaded. Forward 3 going into the teleport, block, confirming out of there to make sure he's in a safe position. Let's block on that.
Well, point, you can still just do straight up teleport to punish something that you see. If you do see it, he's going to cash out on the KB here in the final round. Overhead yet again. In there on the boing. Javier's away. Hot quarter needs this comeback. He's got a character who can do it. Still one more chance. The overhead! It's the hop overhead yet again. MK Javier really made that work. That was 4 or 5, something like that throughout that game. Not even talking about back 3 overhead, right? We're talking about the universal overhead, and he made all that count.
Yeah, the very, very unsafe overhead. It's a lot faster and a lot harder to identify than back 3, whereas like Scorpion's back 3, he does like a front flip, and his legs get engulfed in flames, and that's kind of like a tell, you know, you kind of see it coming and you try to react to it, you know, as best as you can. Obviously some players are going to be better at reacting to it, especially if they practice it, you know, in practice mode. But it's way riskier to go for the short hop, and because all short hop overheads in this game are punishable. They're at least double digits. I don't think anything is less than like -11 or 12. But I'd have to double check that. So the other thing that we didn't see going into play are any of the other abilities from Boing, other than, I guess, Jumping Jester. But Batsy Pew Pew, I want to see that a little bit more, but Scorpion can teleport. We saw it yesterday. We saw it yesterday when Raz was avoiding it completely with Cetrion, being able to jump, teleport, full combo punish every single.
No mercy.
I know. You know. Oh no, not much. This time goes into the beatdown. And now he would love to pressure a little bit here. Nice. Made the opponent think he was going to go over the rest of the string. It wasn't instead to grab. Oh, I love this solution. If you expected your opponent's going to do teleport, cancel, and then walk backwards, there you go.
Yeah, just kind of swinging for the fences. Oh boy, that's that forward 2. Very good hit confirm here from Corridor. I believe he has that crushing blow completely loaded up. So if he gets Javier into that very dangerous scenario where he's less than like, I want to say the crushing blow does a little bit more than 30%, it's going to be extremely risky. So Javier's got to be careful going into this. Forward throw. Going to keep his opponent completely back, so Scorpion does have the option to teleport if he wants to. It looks like Javier is keeping calm, just kind of approaching with normals here. Forward throw. Pretty good Oki here, tries to get the forward 3, recognizes the roll, makes it whiff, and no punish here from the Joker. He was anticipating the amplified version of the teleport, but instead was just a little too late to swing. Is he going to use the crushing blow? No. Decides to hold on to it for possibly a game-winning scenario, and I agree, that is the move. Punch
from one kicker to the other. Pressuring now in the corner. Trying to anyway. Not for too long against this character, the Scorpion, and now Joker trying to make his way back in. There's defensive bar. Teleport cancel, the extra threats there. Spear comes into play. Nice little knockdown right in front. Scorpion's here.
Tries to go for that tricky teleport cancel.
Got very close. 18 on the clock. Can he make his own comeback? There's still a little bit of time here, and he has resources in both Fatal and the KB to make it happen. Oh, is it forward throw? Is it there in time? Yes, it's there in time now. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. All he's got to do is stay away. It's not enough. It's not enough. By 1 second. By 1 second. It did not work. MK Javier living and dying by the final second on the clock.
Oh, the disrespect. Not only the hyper bag there at the end, but also just adding insult to injury, making your opponent watch the entire fatal blow animation. Oh man. He's feeling a certain way. He is feeling a certain way about that victory. Whether it's personal or not, I don't know, but he definitely is just all around feeling himself. Like he wants that. He clutched it out there, got that forward throw, which, I guess was kind of obvious, but Joker's got too many good mids to really confidently let go of block and crouch. Like way too many good mids to do that, and it's it's scary. It is
definitely
really,
a strength of character, man. Yeah, for sure. That's why he's considered, like you were just saying earlier, the best character in the game. I think that's a quote from Darth Arma circa 20 minutes ago.
That's absolutely what I said. 100%.
Okay, so he does have Harrison Blade. I thought earlier when we saw him do, it was like mid spear combo, and he did a universal overhead. I was like, do you have Sin Blade? And you just screwed up the input timing, and in fact, I think that's what it was. The MK11. Oh boy!
Oh my god! A little too early there on the throw. Javier with a good tick throw, using that interactable, very tough stuff there. Very tricky things. You normally don't get, access to things like that with certain characters. But when you're in the right spot, positioned well, he didn't go for the throw. He thought Javier was going to be too scared of it from the result of last game's last round. This time,
Did he
Javier.
do that early? I think that may be part of why Javier wasn't so worried about it. Would you spend that with such a life lead that you still need to surmount? And in the first round, are you really looking for the grab in that situation?
Round 2.
And exactly. He wasn't. Javier had the correct move.
Javier in the nice teleport cancel, knowing and seeing that his strings did not connect there. Hitting that low, again, blocked correctly. Now, even though he's spending a lot of defensive meter, because of the way he's spending it, he's actually getting it back pretty quickly. Good conversion here from Corridor, but it looks like now it's going to be the second Bird Boy beatdown that's amplified. Crushing Blow almost ready to go. Forward throw, boxing gloves right to the groin, keeping him a little bit closer to the corner. Now, you got to watch out for that interaction. Never mind, Javier. Oh, man. Just
on the other side, just like that. On the other side, just like that, you can never be confident in your spacing versus Scorpion. Great tech, awareness, and then the chase as well.
You can't do those moves that have a lot of recovery here. Nice little bounce, little throwback.
Doesn't have the bar. He does not have the bar to escape. Just set up here for Boyne. This time. Oh yeah, he's dead. Oh yeah, he's dead. I like that from Lock Quarter. And this is part of why Javier did not expect it to come out in the first half of the first round. It's just not useful enough, whereas here he seals the round with it. Boyne starts off, wow.
Forward 3-4.
No
does
challenge.
get blocked.
I'll save the day.
Alright, gets a nice little back throw here. Definitely for positioning. Boyne coming right in. Big super jump from downtown. Is he going to do it again? No, Javier clipping him here with the spear. Spear, very tough thing to punish for a lot of characters, especially if you don't have something super duper fast once you get under it. All you can really do is just kind of inch your way forward, but Courtney's got so many different options here. Oh, doesn't get the last hit there of that spring as a strange little airborne exchange of normals here. Throws out the spear.
Got him.
Yeah, definitely a good trade in Corridor's favor. But right now, only resource he's really got is Fatal Blow. He already used that Crushing Blow on the forward throw. This time going for a regular back throw because, why not? Here's the positioning a little bit better.
Oh, next thing can do it. Either way, punish. He does get it in time and into Fatal Blow. There is a timing there where you can punish both the regular teleport and the amplified teleport, both with the standard punish. That looked like the timing to me that Lock Corridor just used. Great little knowledge there. He's gonna just bounce up and down. Bounce up and down. All right.
Oh
my
god.
Bouncing.
The unnecessary fatality.
To kill without a reason. But Body Sakai never gets old. In season.
Fatality.
Oh man.
He's looking pretty good. I'm not sure about this variation. Batsy Pew Pew, we have not seen once. Boing has,
Oh.
come into play a couple times just as a way to get Oki, more or less, right? You kind of put yourself in as a cancel at the end of a pressure series, at the end of a combo, to just like create some pressure right away. But those are not huge reasons as to why he is winning here. So he can't change, he is stuck, but I'm still curious as to what he thought may have happened here in terms of what character come up into play. I've seen Javier play, Spawn, Sub-Zero, that sort of stuff as well. That might have just been part of the idea here for
Tank Garage
Lockport. Just kind of covering his bases with a variation.
Exactly. And, he might have not known exactly the type of play style from Javier, but, the access to teleport from Scorpion, it does cut off a lot of moves. Definitely Batsy Pew Pew not coming out because of the threat of teleport, but also Javier's doing a good job of reacting to the Jack-in-the-Box at all ranges. As soon as Joker does it, I feel like he's not had to block a Jack-in-the-Box in neutral at all in this set in its entirety right now. Never mind. As soon as I say that, he does. No teleport here from him to react in time. Forward 3 has to be one of the best staggers. Forward 3 has to be one of the best staggers in this game. I mean, you recover so quickly as Scorpion. You can continue the string and go into it, or you can do it again, or you can go for a throw. Very, very impressive stuff. Forward throw here from Joker. Oh, not there in time.
Downpours are going to be okay versus a teleport, which gets high.
I like how
with the skate build is locked in. Finally, the Pew Pew comes out to play and it actually does work. And he's here close enough to the spear to get a punish.
Oh, but that was a big drop there. Maybe he was at... Was he at... Oh, God. He doesn't have bar to break away. He doesn't have bar to break away. And because of that, Javier recognizing the situation and making sure he catches in big with this fatal blow, getting so much damage. Not super necessary, but I think that was the right call. Maybe he could have done a regular combo to get close to kill, but you don't want to play with your food, especially not when you're down 2-1 and you need to win this game. Good teleport reacting to that very long recovery of that normal string. Cashing in big with 2-1-2 damage over time. Pay attention to that health bar all the way up there. So much damage afterwards. That's going to be another Bird Boy beatdown. I believe this is the second or the third one, so you could possibly be fully loaded here. Good shimmy. Javier thought a throw was coming there in that scenario, but instead Joker hitting him with that low. Stomping on the feet. Punching the groin. Joker coming in to lock him down. What an aggressive flawless block attempt here.
And the ball fuck against the Boing normal. Wow, that was really, really nice by Javier. Block corridor. With the cancel without the rest of the combo. He gets right back into it though, luckily for him. So he's at match point now. MK Javier starts in the corner.
Final round.
Scorpion center corner.
Back 3 again. Keep going, keeping the opponent guessing, or maybe trying to condition the opponent to, be susceptible to the low. Good confirm here from Javier, recognizing that animation and getting that. And here we go, neutral jump kick doing so much for Javier right now. Oh, tries to go for the throw, but gets ducked under here. Gonna extend this combo as much as possible here, as he did have access to the fatal blow. Now that is very good awareness from Corridor here. Javier not getting a full combo. Corridor on his last slide right here, just getting his knee popped out and his spine ripped out the back. Javier tying this up 2-2 here. I don't know if it's the same amount of disrespect when you kill somebody with a brutality versus, hyper bagging somebody and making them watch a fatal blow. But either way, both these players have they have a will to win. They have a will to win here. They want to move on. They want to secure as many points as possible. And I'm very impressed. I mean, I'm surprised these guys are down here in the lower bracket. Because they're super, super impressive players. They have their combos down, their strategies down. Even looking back at game number 1, at the very end of it, Javier making that incredible comeback, fighting that clock, fighting the time. Zoners get Jackie. That's what I just read right now. Zoners get Jackie.
Yep, that's the that's his PSN name, I guess. Shout outs to that. MK Javier is only here because he lost to Josh. So yeah.
Okay. Josh is really good.
Into loser side. And Josh is super, super good. Yeah, definitely. Lockwater lost to Fabs
Briggs.
earlier in the round of 32. So looks like he's thinking about the Switch. Would it just be old tournament variation upgraded? I was curious if we maybe would see like a Joker that has something other than Batsy Pew Pew, maybe some different variation there. Now, of course, Javier can't switch characters. He's locked in for this last game. It's going to be Jackie.
Tank Garage.
And was it,
Bunker.
in fact, upgraded?
Yeah, it was just upgraded. I saw the T there for tournament variation.
Okey-dokey.
So we're gonna have the bionic
Upgraded
counts.
Jackie.
Yeah. So I guess that's what he was trying to do with Joker. He was trying to make upgraded Joker.
I don't know,
And,
man.
so she's gonna have the bounce. She's gonna have the downward air blast. And she's also gonna have the ground pound, which I feel like a lot of Jackie players kind of removed from their loadouts because it's a pretty risky move here. Cashing in big with that crushing blow, hitting at max range or almost max range here, or being with a big
Yeah,
jump.
right away, really early before that.
He's starting heavy octane right now.
Well, he's down in life even still. He gets their time on that punch. He missed it again! That instant punch. It's really tight combo, for sure.
Yeah, he wanted to extend because you gotta hit it like as soon as possible. What a confirm here from Corridor right to the fatal blow, and I definitely think that is money well spent here. Finite resource, but hey, you gotta take the rounds wherever you can.
Round 2.
So MK Javier starting right next to Lockwater, even though it doesn't look that way. Okay, actually gets in. Reborn's corpse always right next to you. Oh boy, but no down 2 underneath. Only the down 4 punish, in fact. But yet, gets some pressure a little bit here. It's a big chance! No! The string got him away. Slight pressure.
Mid here. Jackie's got some
Patience here for Lockwater. Gets the crushing blow throw. Watch the bleed up there on her leg.
call out. Beautiful call out here from Javier. Neutral jump punch specifically to beat out that up 3, which is the most, I guess a pretty obvious option there. Especially when your opponent's getting really aggressive on your wake up, you kind of just want them to back off.
We got match point. We got block order. Big damage in the ground.
Did he react to that?
Huge call out. Do you think that was a reaction or was that just genius brain? I don't know. But in any case, MK Javier is now pressuring in the corner.
I mean, that could have been a fuzzy block.
Into play. Coming back in here. Block order. Backing off. He needs to get back in. Scorpion at least has Spear to harass a little bit from the corner. Not exactly a zoner, right? But he does at least have something. Jackie needs to be closer than that.
Yeah, she's got to jump in, and that's really what Javier is looking for. He's looking for the upgraded jump. Either way, it worked. It worked. He's in. The pressure is on. Javier hitting that back one, but didn't commit. He didn't commit. He was too scared to see what was going to happen. Gets the combo. Drops the ender. Oh, no.
Bro Punishing needs more, though. Needs more, though. The false block was so key there. Even chip at this point is a big deal. The hit, though. The hit. And Javier very patient. Stand blocking all of this, and then just the down 1. And he's going to return some of the favors that Lock Order left at his front doorstep earlier in the set. What a comeback overall by MK Javier.
That was a really, really good comeback, and he showed a lot of patience there at the end. It's very, especially when you have, Jackie down to nothing. She's one poke away, one, good string chip away from dying, from losing. It's really easy to want to let go of block, especially she's coming down you with the down sharpnel. She's pressuring you with regular jump ins. It is very easy to just panic and flinch and try to mash at the wrong possible time. But Javier kept calm, kept the composure, blocked so many jump ins, blocked so many follow-up strings, and just waited for the right opportunity, and he did hit it. So congratulations to Javier. You're moving on here in this incredible top 8, man. So many good players here. So shout outs
Speaking of those
for
players.
getting your revenge. What do we have here?
Definitely. So we're gonna go down to the final first round matchup in loser's side. This will be between Omega K and Dunax. We could check out the bracket. We'll show you what that looks like. There you go. Winner of this will play against Josh TQ. So Omega K at first didn't have anything to say. I asked him, what are your thoughts on the top 8? We asked him for a quote, and he didn't have anything. He later came back and said, all right, hey, Merry Christmas to everyone, except Sub-Zero players. Dunax from Belgium. Thoughts, please, I'm a bum. Don't teabag, sweeties. I love this. That's, to me, the best quote of the day. Nice work. His other quote is, remove forward 3-4 Shao's flawless block gap and fix his crushing blows. Please, Eddie, my love. Okay, well, I mean, I told them that I would say whatever they wanted me to say on stream, barring certain, obviously some things you can't do, but everything else, I committed to it, and here it is. Congratulations to everybody involved. For Dunax, looking for maybe like Shao, Raiden, Scorpion, Cetrion. There's a lot of characters he feels he can select from. Omega K is just running Kodal these days, is what he said earlier in the chat. So that's what I'm expecting here.
Yeah, I would love to
Long
see some
time
Shao Kahn.
strong player up there in the UK.
Oh yeah. Very. I feel like Omega is a very technical player. He loves knowing that something is high execution just makes him want to play it more, and very impressive. Very well thought out. Has a lot of great tech. I do want to see him going up against some Shao Kahn though. Shao Kahn is very.
It would be cool to watch.
Yeah, everyone still feels like Shao Kahn is just this trash character.
We're gonna get the Kahn battle. That's what we have right here. Okay. By the way, Omega K, I should say, he lost first round in this event to Derpy. First round. He has battled back big time. All right, let's check what we have in the variations.
It looks like we have Ground Shatter,
Air Wrath. Okay.
Air Wrath Hammer,
and then Command Grab, Discus Amplify, and the Con.
Withdraw
Command Grab
in
is too
peace,
good.
Shao Kahn. And let
super good,
Kitana's
no doubt.
stench pollute my throne. It is your throne no longer.
Round 1. Fight!
All right, well, here we
Command
go.
Grab,
This is the battle that you
The
wanted
fact
to see.
that
Oh no!
the fact that you can tick throw into that command grab, the fact that you have to jump in order to avoid it, you can throw it as a combo ender, amplify it for a buff, amplify it for the side switch. I mean, look at this. This is pure lockdown here. It's either guess command grab or guess not command grab. We jump and kick. Shao Kahn poking right back at the right opportunity. Trying to go for the hammer slam here. And he doesn't want to commit. He doesn't want to commit to the full straight there. He doesn't want to get flawless block. Not the easiest thing to
That's what
flawless
I'm
block.
talking about. Yes. The hit confirming by itself with 4-3, it is doable. It's not super easy, but it's doable. Now, 4-3 by itself is still minus, so it's still not really fantastic, but it is doable. Here's the duck, and looking for breakaway. Maybe K's gonna get into the corner here. Shao's stuck there. This is basically a forward 2 range as well.
Round 2. Fight!
I'm just noticing that his variation's called Only Cans. Gorgeous. That now is guaranteed. Down 4 on hit into the unblockable. You can't get out of that. That's that.
Oh, catches him with the armor breaker, the anti-air grab. Ooh. Gets him going here. Thinking that he was going to be too scared of the command grab, but in fact, Shao Kahn, really surprised he's holding his ground. The command grab is definitely going to still be working here as Omega K really figures out good punish there of the disc toss. That point of positioning, swinging, making sure that that sun heals as little as possible. But you got to watch out because the sun is doing damage to you as long as you're standing in it. Quick little overhead hop kick. It means good damage.
That was a great pressure sequence there. And there was still some good defense by Omega K who teched the grab. But other than that, I loved it. We saw some plus frames from Xiao, who definitely has access to that stuff. He was going in for the overhead low mix-ups there. He was trying to kick in for 4-3. That was really, really good Xiao stuff.
Xiao's got a really good sweep. It's only -2. It's very far reaching, and it's pretty quick. It catches a lot of people by surprise. Shao Kahn trying to jump out of here, and Omega K converting into the command grab once he recognizes an airborne player. And hit those strings, hit those buttons. Shao Kahn's trying to be nowhere near there because he's too scared of the command grab. Dunak over and over again with a big boot. Super plus frames, able to convert. Breaking that armor. Let's go. Here, he does that.
And he goes in. Overhead. Omega K's in big trouble. Oh. Wow, look at this. That is such textbook Xiao stuff from Dunax. I love what I'm seeing. Great work by him. You can never count a character like Kotal out, you know, so even at the end there, you can't feel confident as Shao Kahn, but his, nevertheless, pressure consistently was there. His mix-ups were almost all correct. I love some of the stolen turns he had in there as well, like forward 3 into forward 3. Again, forward 3 by itself is actually punishable by some characters, and is not, you know, plus frames in any sense. So to do 2 in a row, you're stealing a ton of frames. But if your opponent's looking out for something like forward 3-4, or if they're thinking maybe he takes the big bet and just does forward 3 into shoulder charge, something like that, then you can get away with that. It's absolutely what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also a great, you know, these special move cancels. I love seeing him trying to, you know, cover those flawless block situations. And, you know, it's kind of, you got to keep your opponent guessing. You got to keep your opponent conditioned. You know, at some point, they're going to be like, all right, I'm going to stop looking for this flawless block gap because I'm getting blown up for it. The ground chatter really doing a lot there for Shao Kahn. And it's a really good move to equip here. It's a very strange, strange thing to see.
Yeah, that's super good. I think they've made it so that you can there's no longer a flawless block gap in there. It's pretty strong. Push yourself into the corner a little bit. Here he is. Oh boy, the snowball begins. The one little pebble that begins rolling down the mountain has now turned into the avalanche. As Omega K is here. Oh my god. Oh, there's actually no meter here, which means this is not going to be in the corner anymore. Oh my god, but he's in there anyway.
He's back. Now, we saw the first round of the first game go just like this. It was all oppression, total command grab mind games, which are incredibly hard to deal with. You just like age 1,000 years trying to deal with any of this, whether you really have to commit to jumping, not blocking, or sitting there and blocking. Big crushing blow gonna pop up there, forced to come off that breakaway, forced to come off those 2 bars. Shao Kahn's gonna be waiting a long time to get those resources back. Big jump in with a big jump in hammer as Omega K attempts to anti-air. Definitely not the way to go about it. Not going for any kind of tick throw. So this time, Dunax guessing correctly here as he's just kind of poking here and there with the highs, the lows, the down 4s. I want to see a little bit more sweep. Good hit confirm into the stab, the spear stab. And just like that, Dunax completely turning it around, changing the tides completely on Omega K. Oh man, he just did it! That's a very unsafe move, but if your opponent's moving or if you think he's got a little itch to jump or press some buttons, it's a good move to convert into some good damage when they're backed up against it.
Well, that's exactly where Dunax finds himself now as he's backed up here. The command grab yet again! Amplify back in there. He is pumped up on blood right now. That could have been so much damage on that command grab. Would have been back in the corner, but instead Dunax now just like that has reversed the fortunes. What a little micro duck, but not anything out of it. No confirmed that time. It is tough.
Definitely tough here.
Oh, he's away!
Going over to the other side! Omega K.
And Omega K ends up taking it right there. Yeah, after that hit, you know, it's just a question of whether you think that Kota's going to go for command grab. This is not a command grab that you can just neutral duck. You have to actually jump out of it. And I think that may have been the read right there because what hit was just a stand 1. You know, it was a standing button, a high, I should say. And so if you're getting hit by that in that kind of situation, kind of shows to me that you may have been jumping out. But that's the read. That's just the mix-up that you got to engage with, and this time Omega K came out on top of it.
Yeah, you really can't blame someone for guessing, heads or tails on a coin flip.
Oh yeah,
Like,
100%.
yeah, one is way more of a riskier option for Kotal Khan, but I think the risk reward is. I don't think it's not in his favor. I mean, the fact that you can just kind of pin somebody down with a mid command grab, continue the Oki pressure by throwing them back into the corner, keeping them in the corner instead of doing the side switch. It's too strong. It is so strong. Equipped with. I'm not trying to upplay here. I'm just saying that's what it is. It's a really good tool. And on top of that, Kotal's got an extra 10% health. I mean, beyond that, let's keep upplaying. Beyond that, he has the ability to heal with one of his core moves by being able to summon the sunlight.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know if that's like
Pretty good.
it's all right.
All right, going to be slamming him down here with the command grab, tossing him a little bit closer to the corner. Shao Kahn does have access to these interactables, though, if he does want to get out of dodge. Going for some kind of short hop, too far away to punish, and Shao Kahn fighting the hit confirm, possibly thinking he was going to go for the armor, or I think he was trying to go for the armor break. Maybe he thought breakaway was going to come into a factor. He's going to break away. No! Yeah, he does not have the resources to break away in that scenario, so unfortunately not able to avoid any of this damage. Just shoulder charge! Why not? Just do it! Can he do this? Can he hit confirm into fatal blow? No! Getting clipped there by that down four as Kotal just kind of sweeps the leg there, because that is all Omega King needed. Just one straight little hit. He didn't need a fancy combo. He didn't need any kind of throw. Big whiff punish there thanks to that neutral jump punch. Yeah.
Looking for the big breakaway. Yeah, that's how it is for Shao. I just like that. Except if you have to play like that, you're almost playing like a Killer Instinct, breaker or not. I really like that game, but it does mean that if you guess wrong, you're giving up big damage. Yeah.
Huge opportunities. Yeah, I mean, this could have been a completely different game had he, called those out right. Up three does whiff. Omega K in the head of Tunax right now. Neutral jumping, making that up three completely whiff. Not going for the command grab. Here comes the sweep. Shao Kahn trying to press some buttons on that Oki. Forward four, super duper plus. Not going to go into anything else, but gets the throw. Omega K way more convincing in this game too. Now taking the lead 2-1 over Tunax.
His defense was on top notch right there at the end of that round, where he was just willing to block. Yeah, throw me, Shao Kahn, right? Like, I'm not going to get hit by you. If I get hit, I might actually be in trouble. If I get grabbed, it's going to be 13%. That's it. Well, actually, less percent for Kotal, right? But 130 damage. And then when, the kind of sequence was slightly over, he stuck out the down four. Great little low profiler, very plus on hit nowadays. And that's just great defense at the end of the round right there by him. Patient when he needed to be, stick out a button when he needed to be. Oh, maybe it was down three. I was looking back at the stream here. But in any case, sticking out the right buttons at the right time, blocking at the right time, and that's what you need when you're trying to play defense. So 2-1 for him. Now Tunax needs to win 2 in a row.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, and it looks like he's locking in here with Shao Kahn, and that makes everything even tougher. As a lot of people love to say, Shao Kahn needs those buffs. So not sure what you're doing over there, but a lot of Shao Kahn players really want certain things covered. But you know what? Not every character can be busted.
Oh, nice timing on the wake up here. Good damage. Back into the corner. Look at that! Just tossed him around the stage. Right back into the corner again. Wake up jump. Oh, not wake up exactly. Reversal jump has been really important here for Omega K. First one in this whole set.
Yeah, the grab is definitely tricky because it does act as a high, so if you think the grab is coming, you let go and block, but just as easily, Shao Kahn can go into the shoulder charge, which hits his mid, and you're going for a ride, you're going for a full combo. Good flawless block here from Tunax, able to get the pressure going, and flawless block right back at him! Hold on a second. Now this does a lot of damage, but Shao Kahn does have an extra 5%, so it's not going to be enough to kill. So it all comes down to what's for Oki is to go for command grab. Oh my God, that was so
Oh,
hurt.
wow. What a read right there.
That
To just waltz in with the block dashing in the command grab, and it's match point for Omega K. That could have been anything else, right? That could have just been forward 2-4 into the discus, which you can amplify and just maintain pressure. Now, he's got a really good mix up there at this point.
I feel like a lot of people
He has guessed wrong there every time in the last few. No, he's guessed wrong every time in the last 2 games. Every time. Oh, wow. If
But
you're
now
not
that he's
doing
come
mixes
off-
like that, right, it'd be hard to win.
Oh yeah, but now that he's come off of the breakaway, he doesn't have to guess, and he can just kind of cash in for damage. He does have the offensive bar, but he also came off his breakaway, so both players are really in the danger zone right now. Cashing in big here is Junax, loving this execution from Shao Kahn. Very, very plus, trying to do as much chip damage as possible, and that was perfectly calculated there, going in for the hammer smash, amplifying it to get that last little hit, knowing Omega K did not have the resources to use one more last breath.
That throw things off for Omega K. Okay, wow, wake up on 2.
That was smart because last time Omega K threw him in the corner like that, he went for the neutral jump kick to blow up the up 3, but this time hitting the up 2. I think Shao Kahn's got really good up 3s and up 2s in terms of range. I mean, up 2 reaches so far, up and forward, while up 3 is a very great horizontal range move. Oh man, what a conversion. It's going to be dropping a little bit because of the gravity, but it doesn't matter. Good conversion here, 32%. Going to keep the oppression going, leaving him in a standing position. Huge call out! Huge call out from Omega K, but it did not go as punished as possible. Hold on, is this going to be enough? Very close. No, down to critical mode here. He's backing off. He's not taking any risk, going straight for the jump back projectile. And that's why he has that equipped here. A good round closer. You don't want to take any big risks. You don't want to, be susceptible to any kind of crazy flawless blocks. Just take a page out of Cabal's book, jump back and throw that downward projectile. Just throw it at them and have them deal with it. Have them, maneuver around it, because more than likely they're just going to get clipped, and that's going to be pretty free damage. Pretty free.
Well, it's going down to the final game. Been a barn burner between these two. I really enjoy this matchup. Two characters with a lot of range, with a lot of damage potential,
Total Khan.
with a lot of speed too.
Shao Kahn.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah, it's
like
very,
I said, Omega
very,
K,
very
as far as I know,
active.
only playing total at this stage, and that is indeed what he goes back with. Will it be a different variation though? People are talking up the totems, and he didn't come loaded with that last time. Let's see what he does. Nope, it's the same one. I really like Grand Discus. I think that's super good. And then Command Grab, and then also the Con Cut. It's just a good variation. I mean, this character is a solid one. This is a solid character at this point of the game.
Round 1.
That's speaking conservatively. Just solid. Come on. Just solid. Just solid. I mean, come on. Extra 10%. Mid command grabs. All right. Big jump in here. Okay, gonna be launching him for a lot of damage here, and because he's got bar, he can maintain this space control, and he gets a buff, and he gets another opportunity to go for the command grab. I mean, this is so hard to watch here. Shao Kahn waking up with wake up buttons, hits the back throw though, positioning on his side. Never mind, Kotal Khan rolling out of there and able to get up in time to go for those punishment frames. Omega K now on match point here. One round away to moving on over Junax.
Sweet down to Omega. Conservatively. That's more control for 2. Big damage available. Of course, into this Amplify, he is going to begin rolling down that mountain. The avalanche is coming. Oh, I like the idea! And that might have been false up to that might have been why he did neutral jump punch. Here's Omega K still safe there. Too far. Here we go. And he gets his right finally!
Finally guesses right there. Able to just blow up that breakaway attempt, but either way, Omega K finds that straight hit, the forward 2, and we're going right into the friendship, showing that we're all good sports here, we're all friends. Omega K moving on. Very, very good set between the battle of the cons here. Impressive gameplay all around, but yeah, it's going to Omega K.
And here he is, only sitting there and tanning at the end. I mentioned before that Omega K lost first round in this tournament. He lost to Derpy, and since then has won half a dozen different ones, right? There were a lot of people in this tournament. It's going to take a lot of work to get into the grand finals from loser side the entire way. By math, that is double the distance of just going into grand finals from winner's side the entire way, right? That's how the math works out. So this is a tough road, but he's, at this point, made a very deep run in losers.
No, he definitely has. And when you go down to the lower bracket a lot sooner, you got a lot more matches to play. And it's definitely a very grueling experience. You know, you have to go through all these matches. You have to wait a little bit longer between matches. But, you know, in the meantime and during that downtime, you got to, you know, rest up. You got to lab certain things and be ready for those matchups. So again, if you guys are just joining us, this is the bracket for EU West. Intercontinental Kombat, and how it's panned out so far. We had Video Games Yo taking it over his brother Josh TQ. We had B-Boy Kiyu, who is going to be going up against Video Games Yo in the winners finals because he made it over Conflictus. We had Javier taking it over Law Corridor, Omega K over Dunax, and we got some great matches lined up here. I mean, this is everything. Every match here has been incredible. Top tier players all around. Not saying that the characters are picking our top tier, but just the quality of players that we're seeing here. These guys should all be very, very proud of how well they played today, you know, whether you won or lost, because it's not easy, but huge. You know what is easy? Getting this merchandise here. All you guys got to do is go to Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat, and you guys can rep your realm or rep your specific region, rep your favorite character. I know there's a lot of Melina stands out there who just love spamming every NRS employee's Twitter with anything having to do with Melina. So now you can spam the whole world with Melina by purchasing a Melina t-shirt officially on Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. You also have a sweet Sub-Zero t-shirt and a Scorpion t-shirt, all thanks to the pro competition. So big shout outs to that. Get that merchandise. Make sure that it's in your closet. Make sure you're wearing it at every event whenever we go back to normal, because it's going to happen soon, guys. Just got to have some faith and gotta do what we got to do until then. But until then, we're going to take a short break here. We're going to come back with more top 8 action. So don't go anywhere. And in the meantime, check out that merch. Real easy. Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. We'll be right back.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation. Looking for attention, I don't need the extra tension, cause I'm in the 4th dimension. Trapeze is high in suspension. Now don't bother with the haters, cause they all be imitators. Real life manipulators. Get it back up and see you later. I like me for me. I'ma be what I'ma be. I like me for me. I am who I wanna be. Na 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 na. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. I like me for me. I'ma be what I'ma be. Prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself. I like me for me.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation. Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.
Welcome back, everybody, to Europe West, where we have the top 8 continuing. We've already seen the first round. We're going to start getting to the second round and so on in just a little bit. My name's Ultra David. With me, of course, is Darth Arma. What do we got coming up next, man?
So it looks like we have the results of some winners semi-final matches. We have Video Games Yo going up against B-Boy Kiyu. And then in the lower bracket, or the losers bracket, we have Conflictus going up against MK Javier and Josh TQ going up against Omega K. So again, all these matches have been incredible, seeing high-level gameplay after high-level gameplay. Video Games Yo is definitely, especially now that he took it over his brother in the winter semifinals, probably the one looking like the favorite in the scenario, but you never want to count anybody else out because it all matters about, one specific set, one first to 3. Anything can happen, especially now that customs are available in competitive play. It could be new moves that somebody just wasn't really labbing against. I mean, how do you lab against all those different moves? I feel like the general strategy from everybody is like, all right, I'm not going to lab against things unless somebody I come across, whether that's like an online tournament or like in Combat League, gives me a reason to lab against it. Like, because for the most part, you're going to be wasting time. Yeah,
there's nobody who's done their homework. Nobody's done their homework against every single thing in this game. That hasn't existed yet. We've only been a few weeks into this. But that said, a lot of people have done a lot of homework against a lot of stuff, and what we're going to see right now is Deep Freeze and Creeping Ice. So nothing new. And then Helport Cancel with Sin Blade. So not much new there either between Conflictus and MK Javier.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is kind of what we've been noticing. What is new, though, is this amazing reptiles. I love seeing this thing. I love the detail. I'm really sad that the character wasn't included in the game, other than being a move for Shang Tsung and a skin for Scorpion. Hey, you got whatever you can get.
It does look
hold on a second. Oh, love it there. This time didn't block it. Javier, do you think he went to training room after realizing how many times he dropped that combo mid-set, like during this downtime? Because like I saw that first try, no problem here. Oh, beautiful teleport cancel. Back it off. Back one is so good.
Wake up, jump, punch. Just like that, Conflictus will have the corner. He goes for the reset. Goes for the reset again, and this time it's gonna get punished big. MK Javier is right up close here.
Oh, that could have got super punished there. The big whip throw has a lot of recovery. And it looks like Sub-Zero committed for. Oh yeah. A lot of like instant jump attacks coming from Conflictus. I want to see him calm it down just a little bit. That could have been a hit confirming a fatal blow, but instead just decides to go for the rest of the string. That should have been Conflictus' match all around. And Javier showing a little bit of swag here. Very Scorpion specific. And I know the brutality is available for everybody, but Scorpion does have the ability to bypass the requirement and just knock your head clean off. What a performance.
Well, yeah, that could have been different, I think, on both sides, because both players did give up moments to hit confirm into bigger damage or better pressure. That happened for both sides there. So I think this could be a little different as if we're moving forward here. Next time, that's probably not going to happen. These players at such a level where that's just rarely going to be the case. So this coming one, we'll see if there's going to be any changes in the variation for Conflictus. And I'm looking for him to capitalize better. Of course, he's down 0-1 to MK Javier.
Yeah, Javier taking the nice lead here. That was also very confident. Like Conflictus was showing some, signs of life here and there, getting a little risky with the overheads, but Javier just did a great job of, blocking, punishing at the correct moment. And I don't see him slowing down at all here. I see him in a matchup where he is extremely. Oh my God, he just called it out.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the risk, right? That's why it's risky to throw fireballs and risky to slide like that. So comes off the good on the block, but even still, Javier is way ahead. Out of the sky, but nothing on the ground. This surely could have been a better conversion for Conflictus here. Okay, to start. He again goes for the reset. We've seen him go for that very frequently so far overhead. Reset again. Reset again. That was a reset into a reset.
I mean, he just hit him with the back three and just made him think, like, okay, here is low. Javier probably holding down block for dear life, and then here comes the forward two. Big overhead, but now, Conflictus off that comeback factor. No longer going to have access to fatal blows, so now he's going to make the comeback the old-fashioned way. Javier launching him up. Great execution here. Forward three staggered, whether it hits or gets blocked, still a very good move. And he ducked under there. Could have been a bigger punish here. Maybe he was looking for a stand 3 teleport. Didn't get the teleport, but either way, Javier riding on this train of momentum. And right now it's being derailed. Conflictus, no, getting hit there. Getting a little too antsy on that wake up. Javier trying to find some on the straight hit here. Jumping over the other side, tries to go for the overhead, but Javier just checks him there with the down one, making sure he doesn't get enough breathing room to get that very slow overhead active and out there.
Confirm this time. Nice. Late breakaway, hoping to catch something. And the slide again. You know, when Conflictus said, when I asked for the quote from him, he said, "You don't know the power of the dark side of 50-50s." I don't know that I was prepared for how much we're seeing from him. He said again, no, this is good. Load up the KB.
What's cool is that he can make them save or not save, depending on whether he wants to use creeping ice or wants to go to amplified ice ball. Oh, big jumping kick from Javier, calling it out. Doesn't want to be on the ground and trying to react to any kind of movement, and that's exactly what he does. Cashing in big on the crushing blow, damage over time. So even if he did block anything there, it was just going to be a matter of seconds before he was going to get down to chip territory. Javier taking a really decisive lead here. Decisive games all around, and you know, this is a literal demon here. Javier is the demon of Scorpion, or embodied in Scorpion as a Scorpion player that just haunts everybody in the online universe of Mortal Kombat 11. And you know, tournament settings, pro competition, online events are no exception to that. Whether it's Combat League, casuals, or a big tournament, Javier is still a very, very tough opponent to deal with, whether that's, you know, his challenges, his conversions. Like, he's just so well-rounded, so experienced. I feel like the only time I see Javier usually fall to anyone is if he's playing against something that's a little bit unexpected, you know, characters that not everybody uses, or certain variations that fly a little bit more under the radar. But if it's something simple like this, like Sub-Zero, which everyone has experience against, I feel like Javier's got it handled no problem. Well, that's going to be a big punish there.
I was wondering if Conflictus would maybe try to play a little bit more cautiously, a little bit more slowly. Even if mix-ups are the idea, you know, maybe not bringing in things like slide, committing to a full string, but no, he is in here trying to make his style work. There's a slide again! The range can be awkward, but you have more time. You don't just need to do a stand 1-1. You could do, I don't know if back 1 works, but I would think it works. You know, I'm not a Scorpion player, but I would guess that that's a way to do it as well.
I think it does work. I think it's just a little tighter than usual. So yeah, it just kind of depends. You know, it also varies with the range in which the slide hits you at. Sometimes Sub-Zero is a little bit farther away. Oh, it's going to be a big jump in. Good confirming for Javier, but he actually missed the rest of it. Here comes Crushing Blow. Big heel straight to the dome, crushing in that skull, and Conflictus showing some signs of life here, getting the round and trying to take this game number 3, but Javier is not going to take this lying down. Here comes the overhead right into the ice ball, left in a standing position, forward throw for incredible Oki. What's going to be next? Another overhead into ice ball. Javier getting mixed over and over again. He keeps saying, surely he's going to go for the low, but no, he continues to go for the overhead. But Javier taking that momentum back onto his side. The tides have changed, coming in with big jump-ins, no big mix-ups, but does get the forward throw. Sliding, getting on the dodge.
Yeah, that was great.
Like on if that move recovers good block.
Big bet! Javier will seal it and put himself on match point. So yes, you win a round sometimes, as Conflictus did by taking the big risks. Sometimes you lose the rounds though, and that's what happened there.
I mean, he could have, if he connected that overhead, that could have been all she wrote.
Yeah.
Javier was pretty confident that the overhead was coming. That's going to be the trip guard here. Big stuff from Javier, making sure he gets that combo down. Hack cashing in big 2-1-2, crushing blow. DOT, take a look at that life bar as it just depletes and slowly ticks away, hit by hit. I don't know why that worked. He just did ice ball and somehow Javier landed into it.
Went with the throw punish for much less damage than was available to him. Air to air was the intention. He's just waiting to see the ice ball. You could absolutely see that Javier was just waiting up in the sky. Here's the risk again. There's no bar, so not death yet. And yeah, really no way to avoid that. There wasn't enough speed on the Fatal Blow armor. There wasn't a meter for a wake up or anything like that. It was probably just going to be chip kill. So shout out to Javier. I really like his style there. I love that he put himself in situations like going up, back, waiting to see that the ice ball comes out and then teleporting on reaction. That kind of stuff. Blocking, a pretty good percentage of the time, but importantly, punishing most of the time as well when that came up. And that kind of stuff of leaving himself outside of a range where Sub-Zero immediately has control and being able to respond to ice ball with his own, get right back in there with the combo teleport, that sort of stuff. Plus, defense mostly working out for him. I think that's the solution. That's why he moved on.
Yeah. It was just again, he stayed. I feel like he stayed composed for the most part. Even when he got hit by 3 overheads in a row, a lot of players mentally would have been broken by that. But Javier, stuck with the plan. He was actually able to block a very crucial moment later on in that same round, because that entire third game could have gone to the other player had Javier cracked under the pressure, had he, not committed to blocking that overhead just the way he did. So big shout out to Javier. I'm only seeing him get better and better as a player here. And I'm really excited to see him participating in these big events. So again, guys, big shout outs to PlayStation 4. Mortal Kombat Intercontinental Combat is presented by PS4, so make sure you guys head over to their website for all sorts of information in terms of tournaments that you can access. PS4 tournaments are always on, so be sure to check out all available titles with tournaments happening right now. PS4 tournaments are weekly competitions for all skill levels, so whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced player, there is something for you. You guys can compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. If you guys want more information, make sure you head on over to compete.playstation.com and sign up for pretty much every tournament that you can. Playing is just, competitively is one of these things that we just love. It's just a great way to, meet new players, meet other players, and just create friendships that you're going to have for a long time. So huge shout outs to PS4 tournament, and huge shout outs to Ultra.
And just a reminder, what we're doing here is that we are playing for points, right? The idea here is that this is a long-running series here in the Pro Competition this year. Each sub-region has its own set of points and its own regional finals that it will have based on who has the points at the end of this. So this is a long-haul sort of game, right? And you want to get as high as you can in the points each time. First place obviously has more than second, then third, then fourth, etc., etc. So the point of this one that we're getting into right now is between Josh and Omega K to just move up in the points. That's the idea here. We have seen them both play before. Keep in mind, Omega K has been running from loser side this entire time. Now he has the Cat, Tekwani Maul, as well as Command Grab and the Con Cut. And we see on Josh's side, Scud Shot, Enhanced, Locked and Loaded, and his own Command Grab.
I guess Omega K is going for the Cat for added mobility.
I care not for your
and a good way to kind of get around the Scud Shot, because the Cat is
get around the zoning, right?
How did you survive?
Get right through the zoning, get in exactly where you want to be. and, you know, do what Kotal Khan does best, go for that command grab. But Josh DQ all over it. Big brain play, knew exactly what Omega K was going for. Even bigger brain after the Oki, going for the command grab, which is not techable. Oh, tries to do it again, but just a little too early on the wake up here of Kotal Khan. But Omega K getting a nice tick throw of his own. Mid command grab, getting that buff, throwing him a little bit closer to that corner. Big jump in from downtown. Huge jump in from downtown. I mean, that arm extends out so far. Now, this is very scary stuff. He just got the par 3 kick in the corner.
Josh is in trouble here. Come back, what a goal! Super precise read right there by Omega K.
So
back,
specific.
He knew
such a great. Yeah, it's such a great thing to lab because, you know, everybody has that role. It's very universal. It's the same exact timing. And I like here how Josh, he's not relying on like a straight punish of the cat move there, but instead he's going for, you know, things like throw, because he's pretty sure Omega K is, you know, blocking because he's trying not to get punished. And then afterwards, he kind of mixed it up one more layer and went right with the back two, thinking Omega K thought the throw was coming, so maybe he was going to go for stuck. So right now, Josh TQ is just in Omega K's head. Despite losing that first round, able to turn this completely around here. Josh on fire right now. Omega K needs to slow this down, needs to just wait for the opportunity, and there it is. Airborne opponent gonna cancel into the command grab, gonna buff himself up, gonna toss him closer to the corner, and Josh TQ running out of real estate, running out of room here. Empty jump, I'm sorry, not empty jump, committed jump kick, and Omega K trip guarding and making sure it hurts.
Dash forward because he had seen Omega back off before. That is such a precise read as well by Josh. This is a super interesting match so far. So Josh will get some space control. That's what he's headed for here. The cat comes out. Omega taking the turn, it looks like. He just walled him up with command. The threat of forward 2-4, especially into the spin now, is so strong that you can just dash in for command grab. Ah! Josh finds it! It's available though!
Easy hit confirm into the fatal blow. It might not kill because it's Kotal Khan, and for some reason, never mind. For some reason, I thought he might have survived there, but that was a great hit confirm there from Josh DQ. Even if it wasn't enough to kill, definitely a smart move to just get him down to almost no health at all and just drop acid and stay away. Rely on some scud shots, even pull out the rifle and do as much damage as possible, whether that's chip or regular hits. Josh DQ was in control in that scenario, no matter how the outcome came, post-fatal blow. So, but don't count Omega K out. That was very, very close. And, you know, he was able to make comebacks, able to, you know, even after getting read like a book, able to kind of just dust it off, go in and read them right back. It's a really, really good back and forth between these players. Let's see what Omega K goes with. I don't think the cat was doing him too many favors. In fact, the cat was just kind of putting him in an unfavorable situation where Omega K's neutral is really, really good. I don't think he needs to rely on, you know, a cat to get around projectiles. I think he can just kind of take his time and go through. And it looks like, yeah, he got rid of the cat.
I think he agrees with you.
He's got the con cut to mix it up. Very unsafe, but you know, mix it up when your opponent thinks you're going for the command grab. He's got the command grab, and then he's got the amplified disc toss, which is still really, really good. He tries to go for that, and somehow Josh DQ did not confirm into a lot of damage, but was able to get the scramble afterwards. Smart move by Omega K. He saw Josh doing that to Video Games Yo earlier in today's broadcast, so he probably knows exactly what to do out of that scenario, and looks like he can get around it. Oh, what a short hop. What a short hop. Josh DQ in the head of Omega K. Omega K is jumping out of there. Now Josh DQ finds himself in a bad spot up against the wall. That could have been huge. How did he short hop and fight this round?
Oh, even still, Omega's very much in here. Omega K coming in. If he finds one more hit, he could actually take this, depending on what it is. Maybe. Nope, it's not going to be this one. He needs one more now. Amplify to put it back in the corner, and one more minute. Oh my god! Down one into fatal blow. Down one into fatal blow. Just in case maybe Josh thought, oh, down one into command grab, huh? I'm gonna jump out of this. Nope. Or down one into anything else. I'm gonna press buttons here. Nope. It's fatal blow, and Omega K called it. He was right.
Round 2.
It's very, very tough to recognize that scenario. Like the flash of the fatal blow comes out so quickly compared to like when, you know, between when the flash activates and when the hit becomes active. Almost nobody's going to be reacting to that. That was definitely Josh DQ holding on to up to avoid the command grab. This.
Opportunity now for Omega K. He's gonna get the corner with the extra damage boost as well. Threatening the plus frame. No, backs off and gets the confirm.
Oh, tries to go for the throw, but Josh DQ waking up with those down ones. The rifle getting clipped there. Lane getting canceled out of the rifle. Here comes the command grab for the side switch ability here. Total Khan losing a lot of real estate, a lot of movement here, but that's okay. He just throws up the sun and says, I can just heal.
Not there though. There's an acid pit on you, but he is going to get into the corner now, and he really only needs one more hit after this. Yeah, there's a lot of damage there. Threatens the light. He needs two, and it's going to be the light. He turns on the lights, and it's enough. It scares off Vampire Aaron Black. There's Omega K. So I do like that he made that comeback in the first round. Yes, he had to take some risks to do it, but that's how it is to make a comeback against a player as strong as Josh. In that round, we definitely saw more control from Omega K. He was looking really good, controlling the corner a lot of the time, pestering with safe stuff most of the time, and that was really, really good to see from him.
Yeah, no, it was, and it was just adjustment, adaptation here, and I'm really loving what I see from both these players. They're kind of, but I feel like for the most part, it's like, I feel like it's Total Khan playing his game. You know, you're coming in, whether he's going to command grab or not command grab. Josh TQ was, I don't know if he accidentally hit Liu Kang. I'm sure he does have a lot of different characters. But it looks like he's going to be sticking it out here with Aaron Black. I don't think he's going to be changing it up. I think he was feeling confident. He was feeling good in this with command grab, scud shot, and some locked and loaded advanced moves here. Yeah, enhanced locked and loaded.
Same thing.
Scud
I
shot
have seen him play other characters. Yeah, he told us earlier that as far as the characters that he is thinking about using here, Aaron, Scarlet, and Sindel. So far, only Aaron.
Aaron is definitely his main character. Oh, what a whiff of that command grab. He was so sure that Josh was going to block that 1-2 string, but instead got hit by the second part, and because of that, he was in hit stun still while the command grab became active, and it did not connect, leaving Kotal susceptible to a full combo punish. Dropping the acid, but Kotal decides to praise the sun, summon the sun in order to get some health back and maybe do a little bit of damage here on Josh TQ. What kind of comeback can we see? No, Omega K get tossed to the ground like nothing. Blown up with some dynamite, and there's the acid drop. Josh TQ being very respectful here, pushing Kotal back as far as possible onto that acid and just get a little bit more damage on that life bar and just keeping it nice and safe. Down 4 into scud shot. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it?
No, I think that makes a lot of sense. He's just really trying to keep Omega K out from that range, but Omega K dashes in again. The threat of forward 2 there has made Josh be very cautious, as it does for most of us playing against Kotal nowadays. It's tough. And there it is, and he is going to spend the KB. Josh does not have breakaway. This is a ton of damage. And again, that little pebble begins rolling down the mountain. The snowball starts. The avalanche. Nope, never mind. It turns out they already dynamited all the snow off the mountain. No big deal. Josh now gets to press.
Oh. Why did that work? Why did that raw interactable actually hit him?
You know. I don't know what to tell you.
Down 4 in a scud shot. Again, very tough thing to deal with. Big jump in here from Omega K, but not in time. But I don't think that was worth the bar, if you ask me, Josh TQ. He's just going to summon the sun, and you're going to be done. Summon the sun, and you are done.
The fatal blow. Gotta be worried about the fatal blow. Especially now, it's getting real close to the edge. Forward 2 into sun, yes.
What do? You can't flawless block the sun. Like you just die.
No.
Just
No, there's no blocking the sun, buddy.
Fight.
I don't think he came with sunblock. You know, he's got a nice utility belt there, but I doubt it's got a can of that.
Oh, good
He'll
reaction
follow
to
that
overhead. Kind of standing up for it perfectly. Josh DQ does recognize that there was no counter hit, so just had to go for a regular old combo, no problem at all. Neutral jump kick, dropping the acid, anticipating the breakaway, but Omega K not giving it to him. We're definitely going to amplify. We're going to get that damage buff. We're going to jump in with Josh DQ with the immediate jump kick. Kotal Khan on no resources at all, but he does have the fatal blow. It does hurt if we can see it connect here, possibly on the next Oki situation. No, Josh DQ getting the forward throw. Not enough because it's Kotal Khan. He jumped out of there. He's going to praise the
Is he gone in time? It is. He needs one more mix-up. Yes, that's safe there. And then his own sunlight comes out. It's down on the ground. It's green. It's not going to help out any plants. It's good enough for Josh. 2 games to 1.
And then Josh is feeling himself so hard. He hits him back with a fatal blow. And that was such a tough scenario there because Kotal did not have a lot of wiggle room. He didn't want to like clearly summon the sun there at the end because he knew that, you know, if Josh got the hit before the sun really healed him enough, it wasn't going to make a difference. So he just kind of bet it all there at the end with that fatal blow. We saw it we saw it win him around earlier in the set, but Josh DQ dropped the acid just in time. Nowhere for Kotal to go, and fortunately, that's all she wrote for Omega K. Omega K now eliminated from the tournament, but man, what a run all the way back from losers round 1 yesterday. How did he do that?
I mean, that is a long road to take, but if you look, shout-outs to Omega K for doing so.
Yeah.
Sorry, just figuring some stuff out on the back end here as we figure out where to move on to next.
Yeah, so again, we do have a lot of great matches. If you guys want to follow along, we have the bracket going through somewhere in there. Hopefully, we can get a graphic of the bracket up here for so everybody knows who is where. But so that was Omega K versus Josh TQ, and that was on the lower side. So like I said before, Omega K now officially out of the tournament as he just lost his second set. Josh TQ still in it, losing only 1 set to his brother, Video Games Yo. And I feel like if you were to make like a super solid bet, you would bet that it's going to be the run back in grand finals. Because I
don't think this
Josh
is happening.
is playing.
Like I said, we're gonna work on some things on the back end here first, and then we will let everybody know what's happening. But just give us a bit of time on the results of that last one. There may have been something else that went down. We're gonna move on to VGY versus B-Boy now. This is winners finals of the pool. Of the tournament. Of course, they put themselves here by making it over. Video Games Yo beating Josh, B-Boy beating Conflictus, and now they battle against each other. That is what we're expecting.
Yeah,
as we
can,
in fact, are moving on to the next.
Yeah,
winner's
like
side.
We're gonna have winner's side, winners finals, more likely, but it's gonna be a good one. I don't know what B-Boy can bring to the table that Video Games Yo isn't fully aware of. I mean, this is a player that plays with some of the best players all around the world. Not only that, but also getting like some of the best practice within like your own sibling. Like that's a crazy good asset to have. Like I'm sure they owe a lot of their upbringing, their advancements as fighting game players to the fact that they're very, very close and that they play constantly against each other. It's just like it's something that not a lot of people get to experience, but it's such good practice here. So let's see what's going on as we fix this bracket here on the back end. And I think in the meantime, we're going to have that winners finals for you guys. So just hang tight. We are almost there. We're just trying to figure this out here. And yeah, it's command grabs all around. I feel like, me and you, David, we were talking about how we love seeing command grabs, but I feel like it's kind of, and I've been doing it too. Like I was playing Dirtbag Kano just because it's really fun to do the acid and the Molotov, but I substituted one of the abilities for command grab just to have that added mix because it's too powerful. And I'm seeing that here with Josh TQ as well, with Aaron Black. And, you could even look at Kotal Khan where, normally, or I guess in the past, Kotal Khan only had access to the cat in one variation. Now you get, the specific cat, the more practical cat, which I think is just the ground one. I think before it was two abilities, one in the air and one in the ground. Where now, now Omega K using, the cat for certain matchups, but you never want to let go of that command grab. The command grab is just way too
command
powerful.
grab and con are just really good. I really like that last variation that we saw from him. So he moves on. That's right.
Okay, we're
going
to make an announcement here.
Yeah, because Josh has been disqualified due to his variation name being inappropriate. You had a bunch of Americans calling the show out here, so we did not realize that because some of the slang is unknown to us. But it turns out that that's true. So, bummer. Omega K, as a result, gets to move forward. He will play the winner of Conflictus and MK Javier, which we know is Javier, in the next round. In winners finals again, VGY and B-Boy KU.
Okay, so we do have a lot of great matches, a lot of finals for you. We have winners finals, losers semifinals, losers finals, and grand finals left for you guys. So again, super competitive and definitely going to be great matches here. High level players. I mean, even just seeing everything, seeing that Omega K made the run all the way back from losers round 1. I mean, this is incredible to see here. I can't wait to see what's going to happen here. I know I just made a bet that said Video Games Yo and Josh TQ are going to have the run back, but I guess I didn't anticipate for any of these other rules on the side. But unfortunately, rules are rules. We do have sponsors. Yes. We do have a lot of responsibilities. I feel like a lot of people don't understand how much work and care and time goes into putting on content like this. So you got to be respectful and you got to follow the rules. You definitely do. So it looks like we're gonna be moving past here. It looks like we have something queued up. What do we got, Ultra David? So this is gonna be winners final. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, that's what we're going to here. So we have the winners semis locked in, and we're going to have, the losers semis locked in. Winners finals is where we're going. So this is Video Games Yo versus B-Boy. And, I'm looking for this to, again, Johnny is a character for VGY. We've seen Fujin from him. We've seen, several characters from him over the last quite a while. As far as B-Boy, he tells us that he's going Kung Lao and Sub. Those are his two main picks for today. Not surprised to see VGY head over to Johnny. And for B-Boy, we did see the Kung Lao earlier after all.
Yeah, but it looks like he's got a few variations. Yeah, it looks like he's got a few variations there, whether they're tournament variations or not. But for the most part, I think this one is. This is a very aggressive, just equipping the orbital hat. It does use a lot of resources. And also Z-Hat, you don't really use it other than just being really, really offensive, especially on a player's wake up, on a player's Oki. It puts them in scenarios where they just have to block.
Well, it's a start here for B-Boy. There we go. We got the names. And we are in. So the chase begins here for VGY as he tries to get in there. Yes, out of the sky. Great little confirm. Dancing around trying to find another moment for himself. One anti-air, but not the rest.
Yeah, he committed to the rest of that string. Maybe not specifically anticipating it as an anti-air, which is what I believe, but, who knows. B-Boy trying to make something happen here with these hat tosses. As Video Games Yo says, I don't have to overextend. You're getting closer and closer to the wall. You're the one who's going to have to jump at me, put yourself at risk. I don't have to go anywhere crazy here. Keeping it nice and safe. And
that was
fortunate.
Very solid, right? none of that needed to be big risks. None of that needed to be anything wild. He just is walking and blocking and then using these big range Johnny buttons or the straight shots to inflict his movement forward. Here it is yet again. Going to be great damage in the corner.
And unfortunately, that was a very tough breakaway to see because it really didn't make a difference in that. So B-Boy looking a little lost here in the corner. Video Games Yo playing it very patiently, reacting to that. Oh man, ducking under the throat, but not there in time. No full commitment to get that.
B-Boy B-Boy's pressuring. We need to see those hit confirms. All the meters out here. B-Boy only needs a little bit more, and he goes in for the universal overhead to take game 1 in a very convincing fashion. There were a couple chances, I would say, for B-Boy. There was a chance in that second round right there when he had a potential hit confirmed, didn't get it. Like, there were a couple more things that he could have done, but by and large, I really like Movie Johnny as we're seeing him here from VGY.
Yeah, it's really cool. Again, like we talked about how NetherRealm implemented a lot of nods or references to like the old MK2, MK3 fatalities or fatalities, and they're even going into like basically another realm of Mortal Kombat in the movies, featuring all the movie skins, and they did such a good job with capturing the faces and getting the same actors to revoice everything again. It just looks so good, and it just takes you all the way back to the 90s.
I don't know how many times I've seen that movie, dude, but I gotta tell you, I really like how they did, as you were saying, the movie outfits. They look super good, especially that Raiden one. In my mind, that one is a standout. It's amazing.
So good.
Well, so that was just, again, it was very solid stuff by Video Games Yo. None of that was any big kind of risk. He kind of waits for his right opportunity. He stabs in. He gets the hit confirm. He does great damage, as Johnny does, and he gets the corner carry into the corner. I mean, that is the name of the game. B-Boy trying to put up a bit of a wall here with the Z-hat. Get it out of time. Yeah, he's out of it. Any bar to do so. That means that we're not going to see the spinning hat for a while.
Big clip there, but second orb as Johnny Cage amplifies it. Tries to go for a throw with BGY in the air, trying to start that offense. Really just doesn't want to slow down at all, bringing him right to the corner. And how many times has he done that, where like he brings him to the corner and maybe he's not specifically anticipating a forward roll, but also trying to look out for the up 2 or the up 3 on the wake up. And VGY doesn't want to take any risks. Sometimes you don't want to overcommit on Oki, especially in this game where characters have options like delay wake up buttons. So it's better to play it safe in a lot of scenarios, especially if you have a life lead. Tricky cancel here, but VGY does not fight. Recognizing
that all the little things, taking advantage of the hit stun on down 1, down 3, down 4, something like that. Finding at least pressure. If he finds the hit, he always hit confirms. He's just very ready for all this. B-Boy charging in a little bit with the Z-hat. Trying to set it up if he can find the time. Here it is. Zoning out with it a little bit even. Trying to get his straight hat out, but not in time. Any of them. GY still needs plenty of time on the clock. Out of this guy's not for anything. Can he get chipped? He'd love to get Z-hat out.
Yes, he would, and here we go. B-Boy on the board here, looking for something, some kind of movement, some kind of commitment from VGY. Didn't really get it, but he was able to kind of just seal the deal with a great kick. Like we said multiple times here on this broadcast, Kung Lao, one of the best jumpers. That's why they all love doing it. Oh, tries to go for an up 3. Nope.
Great damage on this. 400 damage for Johnny, and he's going to seal it on this, surely. Oh, yeah. Amazing stuff by VGY. I love the low profile on the up 3 like you were calling out. That was really good. And again, in this game, like in the previous one, I feel like there were moments where B-Boy was doing well. I really liked his, maintaining stage control with Z-hat, with regular hat, that sort of stuff. That was actually really effective. It's just that he wasn't doing much damage at any one time, and to make that happen, the startup on Z-hat so long, you can't just throw it out, right? You have to be at a certain distance, especially against Johnny with Shadow Kick. So he has to back off, but over time, that meant that he backed himself into the corner, and then that's where he lost.
Yeah. Corner positioning is very, very important. Not just in this fighting game, but just any fighting game that has walls. I mean, you're cut off. You're feeling a little bit more restricted in terms of movement, and movement is really your key to specific spacing, to playing in the neutral game, to playing footsies, and it makes it so you can kind of predict your moment, your opponent's, specific. I guess their extensions, like how far they can go back, because the wall ends right here or the stage ends right here. But going into MK11 or a lot of NRS games. Oh, hold on, we got B-Boy who disconnected here. But like I said, going into most recent NRS games, a lot of interactables, especially in the corners, where they're a little bit more mobile. They can jump off of them. They're a little bit more evasive. So you always got to keep in mind, not every corner in this game is exactly the same, rather than in other fighting games where there aren't interactions with your stages, and all the stages are pretty much the same, except for, I guess, maybe distance, like it was in MK9. Remember Rooftop Day? That was really fun to watch. To watch the ball run away.
All there on the top. Yeah, for sure. I do remember that. But yeah, that is one of the unique parts of NRS games, is that they have, ever since Injustice, had these extra little bits. And even before, like you said, that they had different stage lengths. That is one of the cool things about the game and these series. So both players just had a lobby issue. They are going to be brought back in here, and somebody else just got brought in. Hello, who's this?
This is Mumu. This is Chelsea's cat that she rescued in Korea. So he's actually not an American short-haired cat. He's actually a Korean short-haired cat. And he loves to meow at night, especially right when we get our son to go to sleep. He loves to run around in the hallways and just scream like he's got to tell someone a big secret. And I guess that's very common for male cats, but this is Mumu. M-U-M-U.
What a little cutie. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
I know how much you love cats, David. So I was just like,
yeah, I got two cats who are right outside of this door right now. They're probably within a few feet of the door trying to get in. One of them does have the ability to open doors. So there is a possibility that we could be seeing cats from my end as well, but not yet, of course.
I read that article, how your cat ruined your stream.
Yeah, that happened right
You
here.
sound so salty about it. You're like, I remember.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious as it was happening. It's all good. My little
guy. Why did my controller disconnect? Oh, no.
Yeah, he ate through my controller cord. Yes, that happened. That was a bummer part of it. And then he also knocked down all my lighting and camera stuff. So anyway.
Too funny. Oh, man.
So what actually happened on the back end here is that the lobby spectator is actually the one that got knocked out of that lobby. So the players are in fact playing a game. We're going to let that one count, and then we'll figure it out after that. So that's where we are, just to keep everybody up to speed. Also wanted to talk about Astro Gaming, as you can see there on the side. Astro Gaming is what is powering our headsets. It's what will be powering the commentary headsets throughout the Pro Competition this year. It's the official audio partner of the Pro Competition. You can check it out at astrogaming.com. They have a lot of officially licensed PlayStation audio products that are available now.
Right, that's right. And honestly, I'm really impressed with the quality of all the products. I mean, not only just what we get here, but also at specific events where Astro does provide a lot of the mix amps, the headsets for the setups to make sure that everybody gets sound. If you want to go rent something, it's just a great way to upgrade whatever you guys have. And I know because of the current pandemic, that's inconveniencing the entire world. You're spending more time at home. Why not upgrade your setup? I know a lot of headphones usually leave really bad marks on my ears, or they hurt. But honestly, me and David have been doing this. This is our third top 8 in the last 24 hours. And I feel fine, man. I feel good.
That's true. Actually, I hadn't thought about that before. And we both wear glasses, and typically having glasses on with the kind of under your ear here and also having things on top is a big bummer, but that hasn't been the case. It's been okay. So we want to let you know VGY won it 3-0.
That happened. Yeah. I mean, it's
off stream. Unfortunately, the lobby spectator got left from the lobby. Sometimes that happens. We've all been in the game and that kind of thing occurs. It's rare, but it did happen in this case, unfortunately. So we're going to move VGY forward.
And I want to give one more big shout out to the merchandise that you guys can all rep your realm with at home. If you guys see any of these awesome t-shirts, you too can buy one. All you got to do is go to Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. You can represent whatever region you want, or you can just represent a specific character. We got Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and of course, we read every single tweet attached to Ed Boon's Twitter, and we're like, we gotta make a Melina shirt. I mean, if we don't, the world is gonna explode. So we got the Melina shirt for you Melina stands, and for everybody who hates Melina, I guess hold that, because it's Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Melina. A lot of great merchandise here, and it really does help. Just show some love and represent your interest here. If you love Mortal Kombat, you love pro competition, you love seeing all this amazing content that we have, show a little love. Go on over to Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat and show off your favorite t-shirt. All right.
Let's check out the brackets. So we have been moving forward, as we were saying before, but just to reiterate what is happening here, we know that grand finals will contain Video Games Yo. We know that in losers finals we'll be waiting B-Boy, KU, and then in losers semis, PND Omega K and WBYB MK Javier. Now, again, what we're doing here is not a one-off tournament. This is a tournament series, and we are looking for points, trying to get points out here, folks. So the goal is to do as many tournament top 8s as you can to get as good of placement as you can consistently. If it doesn't work out for you one particular week due to maybe a match loss or other choices that you've made, you definitely have the next following weeks to do well as well. And over time, whoever ends up having the most points will be in the regional finals. Winners of each regional finals will share in the overall prize pool. That's the situation that we have going on for you here. So coming up next, we'll be in loser side again. We're going to be moving through all the way back up to grand finals.
Yes, and we got a lot of great matches. I really want to see more. As much as I hate playing Kotal Khan, I really love seeing Omega K's Kotal Khan. He's got very meticulous setups. I love the way that he baits out those forward rolls in the corner. He's just on point, completely, methodical, complete textbook here. Does A, B, or C to stop whatever option he thinks his opponent is going for. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see. And I really hope we have some more unique, customizations with certain loadouts, certain abilities, maybe new abilities that we didn't see before in competitive play, because those always just excite me. I mean, I just love seeing something and being like, I don't know if that's safe. I don't know if that hits his overhead. And it's just crazy. There's so much information out there. Now, I know when this game first came out, a while ago, a lot of people were asking for, custom variations out the gate. But I guess the thought was that it's just way too much information. Like even now, I feel like a lot of information.
It is a lot of information, but also I feel like NRS didn't want to take the risk of not knowing exactly what would happen. And even here, when they talked about it on the Combat Cast, they were clearly not like, we know all the things that are going to happen, so let it play out. It's a very fun exploratory time. I really am enjoying the game right now. So these are the same variations that we've seen these players play for the most part. Right, basically Reborn plus the MKX neutral jump punch, and then command grab, con cut, and the grand discus to keep pressure with the just like that.
Yeah, very, very good pressure. I like how Javier decided to take this giant disc right to the guts. But I was going to say, I like the idea to cancel out of the teleport just to get a little bit of breathing room and just to get out of that Kotal Khan forward 2 range, which is not an easy thing to do. Kotal Khan's got some great buttons. Good challenge here from Javier, connecting right into the teleport, canceling and getting away. Even though he's got the corner positioning, this is going to hurt. He doesn't have the bar to break away from this. Javier cashing in big time here, keeping him in the corner, but we all know Kotal Khan, conversion away from throwing you back into the corner. Trade with the command grab. Javier going for a little bit of a ride. He's going to use the middle.
Fatal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that. What a fast round that was. I mean, it was a 50-second round that felt like things were happening left and right constantly. Super, super fun to watch. Javier came out on top.
Round 2.
But it's a close one here.
Very well use of that resource here, making sure that that Fatal Blow does enough to kill. But this is scary. Now Javier's going into this without Fatal Blow available. So he's got to, pick it up.
That was super good by Omega K. He's got the corner still. He's still there. He's still there. Javier finally has one defensive bar for teleport cancels. Oh my god. Wake up with down 2. Not for the kill though.
Oh, this is disgusting. That was disgusting. He trapped him there. He changed his address to the corner, and he just never left. He was a house arrest. Even with Scorpion's teleport, like, you gotta imagine to have that much control that you can keep Scorpion in down. Like, that is impressive. Good conversion here to the airborne command grab as a combo ender. Omega K all over Javier right now. Javier a little bit negative there, but decides to teleport, sneak out of there, cancel, and keep that momentum going. Forward 3-4, flawless block from Omega K, but not ready to use any kind of resources. Instead, just kind of wants to nullify the chip a little bit and maybe nullify, a little bit more of the block stun.
Here we go. We got a buffed up Kodal right now, sitting on 2 gallons of blood he just drank. It's not enough. Oh, the stare down for both. Can he punish? Not in time. And he had some of that damage boost left. That's gonna do it. Omega K. What a game one. That was really, really fun to watch on both sides.
I mean, even that first round, like, it was so fast, but it was like both players on like full pedal to the metal, like all gas, full throttle. And it came down to just one straight hit, because I'm pretty sure if Omega K was the one that found that hit at the end of round number 1, we were going to see a Fatal Blow. But then Omega K just outpaced Javier in the rest of that set. The rest of that game. That round number 2 was just pure oppression, man. Just keeping them there, locked down in the corner, nowhere to go. Even though you have that teleport, you still could not do anything about it.
Well, not expecting any change here.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a change either. Javier is definitely most infamously known for being a really, really good Scorpion player in the online realm. And this is where he's going to feel at home. This is an online tournament. It might not be Combat League, but definitely things are on the line here in terms of points, in terms of, the opportunity to qualify for certain events. Here we go. Javier rocking this reptile skin still.
Pretty cool, as we were saying. We're both into it. Gets the pressure here. Media options. Going to grab what attack. Awareness on Omega K's side. As he tries to make his way in the whiff. He's not going to spend the KD. Javier gets the knockdown yet again. Nice. There's so much preparation you can see on Omega K's side. He's ready for a lot of these defensive choices. A lot of the tech involved is there.
Yeah. Omega K is definitely like a tech monster, when it comes to execution or just having these right setups. But Javier, definitely no slouch himself. He knows how to deal with a lot of things. Might not flawless block every gap, but for the most part, he has a general strategy on how to fight Kodal Khan, doing a lot of jumping, which is what you have to do when, a character like this has a mid-command grab, big crushing blow, gonna pop up for a big combo. Javier decides to hold on to that meter, doesn't want to utilize that breakaway, but Omega K is totally fine with it, says, I'm just gonna keep going in, looking for all those normals, but instead Javier hitting with a big crushing blow, spear connecting from downtown, amplifying against the elbow, right to the face, crushing in that skull. And Omega K finds himself in a more even playing field here. Oh, what a flawless block-up too!
Beautiful. Omega K gets the chance to pressure after non-amplify. Out of the sky! It's not enough. Javier there? Yeah. Can you get there in time? It's not quite there, but Javier can.
Was he trying to flawless that and he just messed it up? Oh god, that's outsane!
He can kill Shirley? Oh yeah. Can he get into the corner though? He does. Nice.
It hurts.
Final
Oh,
round.
that hurts. That was so close. That literally came down to one decision here. All right, good hit confirmed from Javier, connecting that back one string, keeping him closer to the corner, cashing in 2-1-2. I feel like as soon as it goes to round 3, every Scorpion's like, that's it, gotta do my 2-1-2 front flow. And it's definitely a great strategy here. A lot of DOT tacking up here. Neutral jump punch straight out of MKX, Javier.
Uh-oh. He does have defensive bars. They're gone. Oh, what a read! What a read! I wonder why MK was going for that. There was no longer a defensive bar for something like an up 2 or up 3 to come out. You know, oftentimes you'll see people go for a cross-up jump as a way to get past a wake-up up 3 maybe, but that was not what was coming there. It was just a really big read, like I said. Great read by MK Javier to call that out. He ties it up 1-1.
Ooh, man, immediately, like right on wake up, just hitting that down 2, stopping Kotal Khan from any kind of tricky little setup. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Scorpion's up 3 does like push him forward a little bit. So I don't know if Omega K, maybe he was just thinking like, all right, he doesn't have bars, so he's not going to up 2. Not that up 2 is a very common wake up at a high level. I feel like you're more than likely going to see up 3s. But I think Omega K just said like, all right, he's not going to up 2. He's going to respect this jump in. And then from here, I'm going to go for a mix, whether that's command grab or no command grab. But Javier didn't even give him the opportunity. Here comes that down 2, just hitting it as fast as possible, as hard as possible. And that was the right call. That was just pure and simple. Javier is a very, very experienced player, plays this game a lot, and so does Omega K.
Yeah.
There was escapes. Very, very risky stuff here. Oh my god. But he doesn't punish it.
Yeah, he was looking for the second one to come out, the amplify to come out. Didn't come. Okay, so escape failed now. He has seen some text and he's finally got the direction right. Yes. And with the OS. Oh, he jumps. He's getting all the reads. All the reads are coming out on Javier's side right now. It just feels all of a sudden like Omega can't stop it. Comes in with the forward 2. Maybe this is the beginning. He's going to be defensive meter on Javier's side. Stealing a big burn right there.
Oh, never mind. Good call out here. I feel like Omega's bar just completely went away because of back 1-4. Back 1-4 is doing so much here for Javier. The right call out, especially in that range. Oh man, flawless block up 2 in that. Not getting much because Javier opted to go for the breakaway. But right now, Javier cashing in. I don't know if this is worth it though. It's very early into the round, so it could go either way. It could be a resource wasted, but Javier says, I think I want this momentum. I think I want to finish this right here, right now. I don't want round number 3. For Omega K, fighting a different type of book here. There it is, meter burn up 3. Scorpion has one of the best up 3 wake-ups in this game. Very safe on block and very far, advancing very fast. Omega K wasn't quite ready for it.
Got him on the whip punish. This is Omega K now, doing so much damage. Oh my god, did you see what happened just there?
Oh yeah.
And now oh no!
Why the spear? Why the spear?
Will that blow up up 2? Is that that's all I could think of as far as why? I'm not sure.
I mean, but I feel like he just really, really committed to that string. I mean, maybe it's because it hits as a low and he thought maybe he would play neutral duck or maybe he would block overhead. But oh man, Javier finding himself in a really, really bad spot here. Getting forward thrown into the corner.
Doing that back one comes to the rescue for Javier. He's got the corner now. Omega K with no defensive bar. He's stuck here for a little while. He's got to block correctly. He does! Wipes out.
Discus amplifying it. Gets him just nice safety here for it.
He has done the Grand Discus enough right there to make Javier hang out and it comes back.
Oh, and that, I believe that should have been an OS. A jump in like that definitely going to combo into a teleport if it does hit. Oh, crushing blow. No, he didn't have the bar!
Wow. Okay, down to the end here. 25 seconds. He brings out the big guns, but Omega K with the block and the punish. He went deep on that little blow. I don't know that he needed to do that.
He definitely did not. I think he was just trying to catch Omega K. Like, Kotal Khans, they love to wave dash. They love to utilize that movement. And I guess he just thought he would catch him, in that weird little situation where, you're letting go a block to wave dash forward because ultimately you want to get into command grab range to either fake a command grab and go for, some normal buttons or the launcher, or actually go for the command grab. But either way, Kotal wants to get in, and he was so sure that he was going to catch him that way. Unfortunately, he didn't have the bar for that full screen spear, which he did catch there at the end. Omega K went to go summon the sunlight, and had Javier had just one bar of offensive meter, he would have been able to amplify it and connect with that crushing blow and easily just unbreakable or unbreakably go into a fatal blow for enough damage, even on a character like Kotal Khan, who has extra 10% for some reason. And Javier's in this, man. Javier's definitely in this.
Oh yeah,
that came down to the wire. But Omega K, he's just too good. It's just way too good. Keeping him jailed here with the down 3.
That has been coming more and more throughout the set as Javier tries to get out of this situation. What a distance by Omega K! There is no defensive bar, not yet! Yeah, it's not getting back in time. This is damage, and it's going to be getting some extra damage potential too. Now, because he amplified, that meant that Scorp got away. Taking the pressure after that hit. Here we go. Javier has the corner. It's still moving back. Omega K's got the corner now. Whip punish, yes! Putting on a clinic with a whip punish here is Omega K, looking so good, and that's all she wrote on that round. It's match point for Omega K to get into losers finals.
And he didn't even have an opportunity to get up or do anything. As soon as he knocked him down, here comes the sun, and you're just done. Like, it was all over there for Javier. But Javier fighting back, doesn't want to take this lying down. Beautiful shimmy there, hitting him in the shins with that low and confirming into some pretty good damage. 33% ain't bad at all. Omega K challenging back with high starting strings of his own. And there it is, Javier with a wake up down 2. It did help him out before, so hey, why the hell not? Gonna go for the command grab right there at the end. Amplifying it to keep him into the corner and not do that side switch. Trying to convert it. Had he done it a little bit earlier, might have been able to go into another command grab, but it doesn't matter. This thing gets us mid. If you're not jumping, you're not avoiding this. This is absolutely horrible to here. Omega
and then
K is
after sunlight? No, he's not gonna do it. Oh no! I don't know if huge read or misconfirm or what, but whatever it is, his guts are all over Kotal's head right now. That's exactly where Kotal Khan wants him as he skates into losers finals.
I think Javier had the same thought that you did, David, in that scenario where, you said after that command grab, are we going to see sunlight? The thing about Kotal Khan, summoning the sun is it does have a lot of recovery, and I think that might have been a really good play there had Javier not had Fatal Blow, because if he did go for that sun, I think Javier was just so sure that he was going for sun. 1-1 Fatal Blow. As soon as the Fatal Blow animation starts, the sun goes away, no longer going to be able to kill Javier, and I think he would have, I don't know if Omega K had low enough health for that scenario to win or not, but either way, you wipe the sun from the board. So I guess that's what it was. I think it was just Omega K thinking like one step ahead of us and also one step ahead of Javier. He was just going for it. He was just going for 1-1 Fatal Blow, last ditch effort. I want to see a little bit more patience out of Javier because in the beginning and in those first few games, in both his loss or in all his sets so far, I see a really, really good, solid player. But when it gets down to those really nervous moments, I kind of see him getting lost in the moments or getting lost in those scrambles. And obviously that's easier said than done to kind of, repress those feelings and control those emotions and just play your best. But Javier definitely has the capability to being one of the best. So big shout outs to Javier for making it this far out in the tournament. Man, oh man.
That means that we're moving into the top 3 now. Let's take a look at this for you. We have in losers finals B-Boy KU, CBK B-Boy KU versus PND Omega K. Winner of that will play against Video Games Yo, who's hanging out in the grand finals. That's what we have next for you all. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back to wrap up top 8 at EU West.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation. Looking for attention, I don't need the extra tension, cause I'm in the 4th dimension, trapeze high in suspension. Now don't bother with the haters, cause they all be imitators. Real life manipulators, get it back up and see you later. I like me for me, I'ma be what I'ma be. I like me for me, I am who I wanna be. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. I like me for me, I'ma be what I'ma be. Prove it to myself like nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself like nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself like nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself I like me for me.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation. Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.
The finale of this weekend's Intercontinental Combat approaches as we have EU West top 8 boiled down to the top 3. My name is Ultra David, and with me is Darth Arma. What's up, dude?
Hey, I definitely looked the wrong way. I looked this way, but you're that
Ooh,
way. Hey, what's going on?
Nailed it.
Ah, you got it. You got it, man. Now, man, I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited to see, these players play it out. Of course, Video Games Yo being the favorite in this scenario. And the other thing, though, on the loser side or the lower side of the bracket, interesting run here from Omega K, making it all the way through to the losers finals here after going down the first round. And just making the incredible run. And, as you guys know, whether you're experienced competitors or just follow the fighting game community and double elimination brackets very closely, the sooner you go down to the losers bracket, the way more matches that you have to play in order to fight out of there. Obviously, going through the winner side is a little bit easier of a time in terms of duration and how many matches you have to go through, but you're going to face those tougher competitors there. So
yeah, it's hard either way, right? Of course, it's just the number of matches is halved actually if you go by winners. So losers finals again. This is where we are. We have Omega K versus B-Boy KU. Omega's just been running Kodal. That's all we've seen from him. That's all he told us to expect from him as well.
Yeah,
as he often likes his big boys, and Kodal's maybe the best choice when it comes to that right now. Certainly one of the best choices when it comes to that right now. And it's going to be Kung Lao, as we have seen before from B-Boy as well.
Yeah, and this Kung Lao, for the most part, just kind of going with the one of the orbital hats and going with Z-Hat. So kind of an aggressive style of Kung Lao. Z-Hat is really great on your Oki if you want to kind of limit your opponent. On your opponent's Oki if you kind of want to limit what they can do. How things get knocked into combos, and Orbiting Hat is just, to me, that's just a purely offensive move. The way to hit confirm into combos, hit confirm into bigger combos that you normally don't have access to, and just that just tells me that this Kung Lao player wants to constantly keep attacking. Mega K connecting the tick turret here from the command grab, very fair stuff. Knocking him over to the other side, trying to look, man, it's so good. This time he's going to amplify it and keep him on the same side, keep him a little bit closer to the corner, trying to hit forward 2-1. This time, B-Boy being really, really patient, trying to sneak in a throw, but Omega K just one step ahead of him, correctly teching that throw as he more than likely tried to attempt to throw him back into the corner. So, corner positioning does help you predict certain throws, but you got to be aware opponents can go for a throw mix, popping him up into the sky. Good hit confirmed from Omega K, trying to hit him into something here, not committing to a full command grab. Just stray hits after stray hits, no real combos, nothing super devastating, but enough for Omega K to solidify that first. Oh, big boot to the face. Look at this conversion here. Gonna end it with a command grab. Gonna end it with that buff. Here comes Kung Lao, just jumping like there's no tomorrow. Jump into the air, but unfortunately does not continue that momentum. Does get hit as Omega K taking full control here. Going to try to go for a spin, but the breakaway gets him out of that combo. Now Omega K finds himself in the corner. No resources to roll, no resources to wake up. Just got to block and wait for your opportunity.
Well, that's okay. He's been able to do that. He finds the big punish. Goes in for some damage. There's no more defense. Oh, charge for the command grab. You can see that B-Boy just barely got through it.
Good block here.
And it's safe. I can't believe it. And then no, too early, B-Boy. If you take it, he doesn't have resources. He's not enough. But rolled into the Z-Hat to end up losing.
Yeah, that Z-Hat really covers a lot of different options. I mean, like, as long as you keep away, you're going to avoid those up threes, avoid those up twos, and especially those forward rolls, as you can just see there. Forces your opponent to block and be in a very, very awkward spot here. But right now, Omega K hanging out in the sun, no problem, trying to get as much health back as possible. Tossing that disc, amplifying it to make sure that safety is there. Gonna launch him closer to the corner, gonna end the combo with the command grab. This is really good damage. Gonna amplify it for more damage and a damage buff. And here we go, Omega K playing to the tune of my opponent is scared of my command grab, thus he will be.
Oh, you bitch! Only down 4, but then command grab immediately afterwards. Gonna take it for Omega K.
It is ended.
I love his forward movement and his recognition of how to play footsies with a character like Kotal, who has this huge button in forward 2. It's pretty slow, right? But the range of it is tremendous. And the string of forward 4 or forward 2-4 is only -7. And you could do the Grand Discus afterward anyway. It just has a lot of utility. So the way he got into that corner was by doing forward 2, nothing. And then when B-Boy tried to move, okay, you're not going to come back at me immediately. Forward 2 again, right away. It wasn't forward 2-4, it was forward 2, nothing. Forward 2, that kind of thing, understanding of when the opponent would like to have whiff punish the previous string, right? That is a huge part of playing a character like Kotal well, and he's doing it.
Yeah, Kotal's kind of like, you know, like you said, it is a slightly slower button, but the fact that it reaches so far away more than makes up for that fact. And, you know, Kotal likes to play at that rate.
I think it's 19 frames. Like, it's not the worst. Yeah, I don't mean to say it's terrible on speed. It's not so bad.
No, but like, I mean, Kotal wants to be in that range where like my buttons won't whiff, but your buttons will whiff. So I'm the one that's in control. You got to think like 3 times before pressing anything at all. The breakaway right away. No tick throw from Omega K or anything like that. Instead, just kind of waiting for the opportunity, waiting for, you know, the damage to present itself. Kind of risky here with the jumps from Omega K. I feel like it's a little uncharacteristic of himself, trying to hold up and get out of a bad scenario. Or I feel like against most players, he's usually a very well-grounded player. That's how he likes to play. Not going for the flawless blockable gap. That's going to be a big punish. Doesn't tap into the crushing blow, though. So I definitely agree with it, especially because it's not going to get him to victory.
Yeah, for sure. And he's not spending barriers so that he can stay close, so he can pressure better. He's got it into fatal blow. So that worked in big part because he didn't spend bar. Like, he could have done more damage. He could have gotten the damage buff. That means that you lose positioning. And that's Kotal in that mid-screen situation we're on again. Snowball again. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, you don't want to dip into amplifying that command grab until you're close to the corner. Whether your back's up against it or your opponent's up against it, you know, you want to choose the sides, and because in mid-screen, your opponent's just way too far away for you to continue your onslaught, continue your pressure. Omega K looking for a neutral jump kick, but B-Boy fighting it out really, really well, but unfortunately finds himself in this big combo. And that's what we were talking about before, going into the amplified version of the command grab, whether it's the raw command grab tries to go for a regular throw, but B-Boy was not on the ground, instead he was jumping. He was in the air with the rest of the Kung Lao players getting thrown back here.
Oh no, he didn't believe in the Z-Hack. There was a cancel coming. Omega K now. Yeah, you definitely spend it there. He dashes in.
Big to the face. What a solid button here. Now it's going to do a lot of damage, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to amplify it to dunk him again. But this is so close. What can you do, really? That's what he was going to cancel into, no matter what. Down 1. If it was blocked, no problem. Here comes the sun. And I got nothing to worry about. I'm Kotal Khan. Boy, down 2-0 in this very familiar situation. We saw him go down 2-0 to Video Games Yo in the winners finals, and it didn't really pan out too well for him. Hopefully he can dive in deep. Maybe it needs a specific variation change, maybe a character change. So let's see what he can bring to the board. But Omega K is just playing out of his mind right now. Such solid, you know, gameplay from this player. And I'm definitely not surprised.
Kotal Khan.
So, of course, sticking it out here with Kotal Khan.
I would make that be a surprise. And again, Omega K has been a top player in the UK for years at this point. So for B-Boy, is there any change? You know, he did tell us that he's got a couple of characters up his sleeve that we have not seen yet. Been seeing the Kung Lao.
Yeah.
So I've been one that he told us that he might play.
Yeah, I see here in our notes that it says that he does play Sub-Zero as well. And Sub-Zero is very, very strong thanks to the, unlocking of the character customization. But it looks like he's sticking it out here with Kung Lao. Maybe it's a specific matchup thing. Maybe it's a little bit tougher to apply, his Sub-Zero gameplay. Or maybe his Sub-Zero is just not. Maybe it's just for specific counter picks to like keep an opponent away. But either way, we're locked into Kung Lao. He's not changing the variation, so we're still going to see the same Z hat to try to avoid those wake up options, those wake up, jumps, wake up rolls, and we're going to see that very offensive hat. Just like that, David just walks up, command grab, no problem. That shows confidence.
Yeah, it definitely does, and it's making me want to play Cold. That looks super fun to just wave that shit with command grab.
Definitely good. I don't know about fun. It's definitely really, really good. Throwing out the Z hat and Omega K knowing that at that range, Kung Lao is not really at any kind of advantage, especially when you got some forward advancing moves like that. Did it a little too early. Didn't think he'd switch over to the other side and put himself in a punishable state. He at least thought he was going to be able to make him block. What a conversion here, down to hitting at the very, very top of that jump arc, even for Kung Lao. Blocking that up 3. I actually don't remember if that up 3 is one of the punishable ones or not, but either way, Omega K not taking any big risks here, just waited for the opportunity.
Oh yeah, that up 3 is minus 8. Yes.
Okay, so it's very, very tight, even if you have something fast enough.
Time it out here. The heck confirms he blows it up in between. Boy, will there be amplify on this? No, there's not going to be too much pressure. Got him in the corner. Strikes right back in with that forward two. The backing off. So deceptive. You think Total's going away, but he's right back into the party whenever he wants to be.
Oh, big jump in kick, forward string here, coming out of Kung Lao, good hit confirmed, coming out of B-Boy, and he's showing signs of life. I don't know if it's going to scale too much. This is Total Khan, he's got an extra 10%, so I think he will survive.
Wow, he did! Oh my god, and the shields were there as well, by the way. He was playing
all that chip.
Oh! Fatal blow, and it's going to be enough for Total. Omega K will do it. Doesn't matter whether it's breakaway or not, it's Omega K coming away with this thing 3-0 in convincing fashion.
Oh, what a comeback here from Omega K, and he is not done yet. He is still trying to move on, trying to get to the grand finals, and he is going to be fighting video games. Yo, how did this man make it all the way through that entire losers bracket just to be here at grand finals? And he's still in the running. At the very least, he's going to take second place, but he still has a shot of being today's champion. He can do it, man. That Kodal, very, very impressive.
Again, these two players have had as opposite a path in terms of number of matches played to get into grand finals as can be. If you make it all the way through winners versus if you lose first round and then make it all the way through into grand finals, twice as many matches. Okay, to go through losers, and that is what Omega K has had to contend with. He lost early on. He versus Derpy, who's another strong UK player, been around for quite some time. So that's a match that maybe unlucky to have gotten right off the bat, but he since then has been on the top of his game, and he is going to contend versus Video Games Yo in the grand finals. There are, just to remind everybody how this works. There are 8 of the sub-regional tournaments per sub-region, right? So EU West will have 8 of its own, EU East, etc. Everybody has their own. And so this is week 1. There are going to be 7 more, and we're fighting for points. Points to see who can get into the regional finals. Of course, the people who have the highest number of points will be in there. Both of these players at this point have secured a good number of points for themselves, but of course, first place, if I recall correctly, has 90 more points allocated to it than second place. So there's actually quite a leap between first and second compared to second and third. That's what they all want, of course. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and I also want to give a big shout out and remind everyone that we would love to thank Astro Gaming, the official audio partner of Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All caster audio is provided by Astro for the entirety of the season. Right now, I'm really, really impressed with the quality of this headset. I mean, it's just so comfortable. I've been here literally for hours. Like this is our third top 8. We're at the end of our third top 8 in the last 24 hours. My ears feel fine. It's not pressing on my glasses. Really awesome stuff. So, guys, if you want to upgrade what you have at home, we're spending a lot more time at home. So, it's definitely worth the investment. Hit up astrogaming.com to find out more information on all of their officially licensed PlayStation audio products available now. Make sure you guys check that stuff out. It's definitely worth it. Ultra David, I know you're nice and comfy there. You've been wearing the headset just as long as I have. You've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning, your time. I mean, man,
Well,
you're
I'm
going
up 5 o'clock in the morning, my time. Thanks. In order to be here for 6 a.m. My time. No, it's been really great though. I mean, it's a lot, right, to sit here and do 3 basically back-to-back top 8s, but it has actually been a blast to see all the different characters and all the different players and to help tell the stories. This is one of my favorite things about being able to commentate, is to help tell the stories of the players. Thanks to all the players for giving us feedback. I mean, we know some of these players in advance, right? We know some of them for years, but others not as well. I've seen them on maybe like the PlayStation Open series, right? I watch that pretty regularly on Tuesdays. I see them there, but some I didn't know before. So to get extra feedback about them and to be able to talk about that has been one of my favorite things of the days so far. There's only 2 players left in Grand Finals. VGY has been running the Johnny all day so far. I think that's what I'm looking for here as well. And his opponent will be PND Omega K, who's just been running the Kotal, and I'm looking for that to continue as well.
You think VGY is going to grace us with some Shao Kahn like he used to back in the day? No? Just no? Come on. Shao Kahn now has some custom variations. I know he doesn't think Shao Kahn is very good, just like everybody else also doesn't think Shao Kahn is very good, but I think there could be a little bit more utility there because of those custom variations being unlocked. Maybe specific things to help you, condition your opponent to not look for those flawless block abs. But that's kind of been like the biggest problem for Shao Kahn. I mean, other than that, he's got great wake ups. Good damage, not the best damage in the world, but pretty good. They didn't nullify it too much, but it all really comes down to that main string not being able to, get in there for free, so to speak.
Well,
and I think
Dunax did try Shao, right? If you recall, when Omega K and Dunax played, it was Kotal versus Shao. It was the Khan battle. And Dunax is a guy who I've watched on the PS Opens as well. I mean, it's a player I've seen before too, using the same character with some success. So seeing Omega get through that makes me think probably not. I mean, he's clearly very familiar with the matchup.
It was close. It was close.
Would it be great? Would it be a blast? Yes, it would be. It would be a blast. If you're out here to try to get first place, it's not even the case that I think that Shao is a terrible character. I think nobody's a terrible character in this game. I think the worst is that you are worse than other characters, but there's nobody who sucks in MK11. That said, if you are trying to win tournaments, if your goal is realistic and achievable, and you really think you're one of the best players in the world, like VGY certainly is,
oh yeah,
you should give yourself the best chance. Honestly, even again, as somebody who is playing characters who aren't among the best, I'm not out there trying to win the majors, right? I have a different kind of thing that I'm going for. I'm playing casually. I'm playing to learn. I'm playing for commentary. If I'm out there to win a tournament, I probably wouldn't be playing, RoboCop either. I probably wouldn't be playing Terminator either. I probably wouldn't be playing even Baraka either. Maybe I'd still play a Bone Picker in some matchups, but in general, I'd probably make those changes as well. So I get it. I'm not going to be critical about somebody who is in that kind of situation like VGY is.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be really upset if VGY doesn't pick Shao Kahn and gives us another Kahn battle. It's going to be awesome. Like I said, a lot of people, I remember early criticisms of VGY because they're like, yeah, you can say he's the best Shao, but he doesn't pick him in tournament. And VGY is like, yeah, because I want to win. Look, he's picking Shao Kahn. Please,
No
please,
way. Are you
please,
right?
please.
Are you
I
right?
told you. Khan battle. He's ready. He's at least going to give us one game of Khan battle.
Right.
I think he can do it. I think he can do it. He not only that, but because he's on the winner side of grand finals, he's got a little bit of cushion, a little bit of breathing room in terms of how many sets he has to lose in order to be eliminated. So he can go a complete set with Shao Kahn, and then if it doesn't work out, then we go to the big guns. We go to the top tiers. We go to Johnny Cage. Right now, I think he can do this with Shao Kahn. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Give me that. In there, he's got Annihilation in there.
You survived the flesh pits.
Buff up
Despite
that hammer.
Shang Tsung's efforts, yes. Yet
Definitely
again,
buff up that hammer.
failed me. Round 1.
Sick looking hammer, by the way, dude. Look at this hammer. Just see these cards. Look at these colors variation as well, my boy.
That's his boy, man. That is absolutely his boy. Look at this. Oh, he dropped the combo. It's okay. Kept the momentum. Big jump in 2. And it's just like, it reaches so far, way farther than you would think. A lot of people just kind of assume that jump and kick is happening. And I don't like that at all. Looks like we had some kind of disconnection. Video games, yo. Oh.
We are checking to see what happened on this. Are we still in? Is the spectator still in?
Believe so. It said video
word on that for you here. We're trying to figure this out. Do you think the universe is telling VGY to pick Johnny Cage? Is that what's happening right here?
No, definitely not. I don't think that's what it is.
We'll get this back on. We'll get it back in there.
I just don't think that the world is ready for quite a Khan battle because we have the best Shao Kahn in the business. Like, I know he doesn't pick him in tournament, but seeing what VGY can do with that. Okay, so VGY confirmed here in the chat. He says, no, all caps, I'm playing Shao. That's it. That's his boy.
I mean, I'm happy to see it. It is his boy. It's his boy.
Boy. You know what? Hey, we do want the points. But it's also not the end of the world if he gets second place. VGY is seen as one of the best players in this region. And, I don't think this is going to be his only top 8. I don't think this is going to be his only winners finals. I don't think this is going to be his only grand finals. So I don't think it'd be crazy to step back and play a different character, especially if you want, like you said, Shao Kahn is not really seen as a top tier character. And because of that, these lower tier characters, they do have this sort of uncalculated X factor. And this exists in all fighting games where, this character is so under the radar that nobody knows what they do. Nobody knows where the gaps are. Nobody knows where the flaws are, or how to beat them. And, if you're a really, really good player, you try to avoid those flaws. You try to focus on the strengths and the benefits of playing this character. And sometimes the benefit of playing those obscure, weird characters is that my opponent has no idea how to deal with this.
That's true.
So,
I'm sure that these guys play each other regularly, I would think. A couple of UK boys. This is probably something. In fact, when I was watching earlier and Dunix was playing versus Omega, and we saw Omega really familiar with a lot of stuff, I felt like that's probably because he's played this matchup 1,000 times versus VGY. But we'll see. I am speculating.
It looks like we have the ruling. Is the score 0-0? I mean, I know it was really, really early. Nothing really happened, but these guys are friends. I don't think anyone's super upset about any kind of calling. So it looks like we're sticking it out here 0-0, summoning that Priest in order to try to get that crushing blow requirement in build. You can see the hammer just completely changing color. He's going from purple to green.
Yeah. What a
very
hammer.
Very vibrant. It almost hurts my eyes to see it.
These are two of my favorite characters when it comes to their outfits. Oh, nice. Trying to steal some plus frames there, but instead Omega blew it up.
Yeah, it looks like
he's got the variation. He's got the totems variation here. Did you see what else he had?
I didn't. I actually wasn't looking at the loading screen at all. I assumed we were going to play just
the same variation each time. So I just wasn't even looking at it for him. But no, in fact, now he's gone in with the totems. Command grab again, of course.
Okay, so he's got at least one totem and one command grab. I don't know what the other ability is, but hopefully we will see it soon. Good challenge. Good hit confirm here by VGY. Video games. Yo, that's game 15. Finding the opening, finding the winning button here. Let it rip both your triggers. And Fatal Blow does rock.
Round 2. Fight.
Praise the sun.
So he doesn't have contact.
No, it doesn't look like it.
I'm like trying to put it together in my head. Here we go on the whip button! 216, almost towards the corner. Look at the movement by video game. So even on defense there, as he's trying to get out of the corner. Faking it.
Ooh, boy! You don't want to whip that throw. Oh my god, somehow that big jump and kick did not connect. Kodo Khan able to just duck right under it, stand up, go for the quick anti-air, and get a nice little conversion. A little desperate move here from VGY, hoping to hit a stray shoulder just out of nowhere. But just like that, he hit confirmed, or block confirmed, and decided, I'm not going to spend the meter, I'm just going to wait for the next round. Smart move
stuff right here.
Yeah, he didn't want to go for the Oh, he just did it. He just did it. Getting sliced open here is Shao Kahn getting tossed in the corner from this very, very fair command grab. A lot of poking with those down fours. A very good poke from Shao Kahn. Oh, you get the skin, the dragon skin ripping through that sword.
Oh, no, confirmed? I mean, I guess it wouldn't have been into Conca. It doesn't have that, but he could have at least gotten a little bit more.
Oh my god, he blocked it perfectly.
Serve your cause.
He's close! And he goes into that tick! Deciding whether it's the tick or the plus frame ender right there. And VGY guessed wrong, Omega K guessed right. Game 1 goes to him!
See how VGY feels about that one. I mean, even though he got a round on the board, I feel like it was pretty favorable for Omega. Omega K seemed to be in control, but you know that could all easily change here and there. So
even in that round that VGY won, he won it if you recall. I think he caught a dash with his stand 1 string. I think that's what happened, right? So he dealt a ton of damage into Fatal Blow. Like it was just a big moment. But other than that, and until that had happened, yeah, I recall Omega K doing really, really well. Will he just go Risen Emperor? Okay.
This is regular variation, regular tournament variation. Maybe Shao Kahn isn't a character that he explored too much. You know, just maybe he was a little too busy in the competitive world trying to find what's cheap with Johnny Cage instead of going back to his boy. Because we have Dark Priest, Upwrath Hammer, and Annihilation.
Omega K is actually switching variations here. Right? Yeah. He did not have Con Cut before, and he did have a totem before. So heads up. Just so everybody's aware here. I don't know if it's sanctioned behavior. I mean, he's not doing it jerk or anything. He's probably just not thinking about it.
Yeah, it could have been a wrong variation choice. You know, we got a lot more to think about now that we unlocked this giant box of customizable moves. Ooh, whiffs that jump too. Not a fun thing. Yeah, he definitely didn't have Con Cut before he had the sword swoop, which the Con Cut replaces. It goes Annihilation, a really fun way to steal some turns, especially after you cancel them from some low pokes.
He did go for the follow-up. Oh.
Yeah. He didn't have the last breath available because he didn't have a full defensive meter. The defensive meter was there. It was just Con Cut.
Here's Omega. Starting it off. Self-save. Wow, he backed off, and even for as good as the back four is for Shao, Omega K got there first. Wow, that was amazing. The question of 4-2! You can count on it.
Oh yeah, definitely count on it. You know what's happening. You know what's coming your way. Oh, good block here. Good punish. Smart stuff by Video Games Yo to know that only the first part of that move is unblockable. The rest is blockable and you definitely can punish. Oh, that was a clean punish here. Shoulder charge coming right at you. And that's going to be a big crushing blow for even more damage. Annihilation coming at you. But is it well spent? He did a wake up fatal blow. Like his life depended on it. Like this was the last round situation. But it really, I mean, I guess technically it was had Video Games Yo made the comeback, but he just went for it. He just went for it.
Final round.
Maybe he reacted to the fact that Video Games Yo jumped at him. You know, it's got a pretty good aerial anti-airing hitbox, especially if you don't need like a full connection to make it. Oh God! Going the wrong way. Video Games Yo getting the forward throw, keeping him locked down. Nowhere to go from here. Kotal Khan. Oh, whiffs! Huge whiff here.
Great damage here for BGY. Who outranges but just
punish?
Oh, he wasn't there in time.
Did he think that it connected? Never mind. He's going ham. He's going crazy.
He's really making use of the frame stand one. Maybe he called it at that time though.
I love this turnstile of Annihilation, and I like the choice to amplify it to keep him away, to kind of keep him back, keep him at bay, and you know, being able to kind of play in that range that Shao Kahn really likes. I feel like if you're right next to Shao Kahn, a character like Kotal can really abuse things like command grabs, especially if you do them from, you know, reversals, like let's say after blocking something like a sweep or a down poke or a down one. It's definitely not in Shao's favor, where Kotal's got a few more options. So not sure what the ruling is. Like David mentioned before, Omega did change variations. Again, I don't think it was on purpose. I think, you know, he just didn't realize what he was picking.
Shao Kahn.
You know, sometimes you get so caught up, you just pick the same variation. You think you're picking the same variation, but you're picking the same variation from another game, and it's definitely been a long tournament run for Omega K, so you can't really blame him for picking that wrong variation.
Yes. So okay, so he has command grab, grand discus, and the totem, damage buff totem.
Round one, fight.
So that is the one that he came in with the first game. Ooh, okay. Getting the damage buff on the hammer. The hammer looks so sick! Oh. I find myself just looking at the hammer.
Yeah, so he's going back. Oh yeah, really good. We find himself back at that variation, that same one. We got the totems, and the con cut is no longer part of it. So now you got more options here with the sword shooting.
Just gotta get out of there, he does finally. But after that, it was just gonna be a mid from Omega K. Yeah, I like that. I mean, even on block, probably would have been it. He would have gone into Grand Discus. In any case, looking okay. Oh, yep, all the damage is real when you got especially two of those in there, especially three. Can you? That's it. The knockout. Damage in the corner. Red's here. And what a keep up! Key breakaway right there, just to prevent this avalanche from beginning, and it hasn't worked. Instead, Omega K is here. Too far!
Oh, big whiff, and that means big combo potential here for Video Games Yo. He does get the priest out there, so if he does connect that specific hammer move, he can go into a crushing blow. Let's see if he gets it in time. No, it stops glowing. It doesn't matter at all. This round is going to be going to Video Games Yo. He can save that crushing blow for later, along with some other crushing blows that he does have at his disposal. Trade there on the sweep, big knockdown, but Kotal Khan able to fight his way back out, pressing those normals, pressing those buttons, as Video Game Yo decides to go for the back roll to get a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of space. Down 4 poke does get blocked, so Omega K being really precise, not trying to swing out of turn, because we all know that those down pokes can get canceled into that Annihilation. Oh, speaking of Annihilation, look at this damage. 2 big shoulder charges in the same combo. 41%. Well, I guess a little bit less for Kotal Khan, trying to forward dash to get out of there. What a neutral jump, and what a call out here from Video Games Yo. Not quite enough, but just going to need to do a little bit of chip.
That's all he needs, and he's there, and yes, that was enough.
It's
BGY splits his opponent in half.
Shao Kahn wins.
2 games to 1.
Man.
The Khan's looking good, as we all know that it is. It's a real treat to watch it. He's only 1 game away now from taking the tournament.
Disgusting. With Shao Kahn? How are you going to say this guy is not the best Shao Kahn after seeing a performance like this? I mean, yeah, Shao Kahn's your boy, but you're a really talented player and you want to play with the best. So you got to play a little bit more serious. You got to pick a top tier. But it doesn't mean that you can't be, really good with Shao Kahn. It doesn't mean that, sometimes, whoa.
From out of left field, baby. He said earlier he's only going to go Kotal. This is Dank Fate. Lovely name. And what do we have here? All of the Terminator's builds will have a command grab. That's just a base for him. He can use a separate command grab if he'd like to that replaces that, but we'll see what he's got. I've been playing this character a lot too. We have Running Man, I'll Be Backbreaker, and Death Grip. So this is actually Dark Fate. He just wanted to rename the variation. pretty good.
I'm really surprised that, for me anyway, I feel like Teleport is just a really good thing to have. Maybe it's matchup specific and it's not really super good against a character like Shao Kahn, but against like a zoning character, you definitely want at least a threat of a Teleport to, be able to punish those full screen options. But that's neither here or there.
Terminator's good. Terminator's not a character you saw very often even before, but his mixers have always been good.
He's definitely rich.
Oh man, that's 406 melted off of Arnold's bones. And he remains in the corner, trapped there by BGY, who has only taken chip damage so far until the 3 comes in. And out of the sky!
Hold him out!
Such a read, dude. Air grab.
Yeah, you're so scared of that mid-running man grab that you're just like, I need to get off the ground, and then he just plays perfectly 1 Yomi level beyond that, and it leads to pretty good damage here. There was a slight drop here from Omega K, but I'm going to chalk that up to him not playing this character or planning on playing this character at all for this tournament run. So this is kind of like a little Hail Mary to see if Terminator is the way to go. He's going to
need a prayer to take it at this point. This is match point, this is tournament point for Video Games Yo, and he still seems like he's in control. Omega K's had that one big call out of the mix-up with Dark Fate Terminator, and other than that, it's been all BGY, and even there, the risk on the shoulder, he's bringing in the double combo, all he needs, 1 more combo here. He's still on a flawless, by the way.
Oh, you jinxed him. Oh, Running Man cancels it there, just lets it rock. Goes right into a throw, back throw to be precise, and just he's trying not to let him win this. He's trying to go to a whole new set, but I think that is all she wrote. Video Games Yo putting on a clinic, winning the entire tournament today just with Shao Kahn in the grand finals, just to show a little bit of flavor, show off that he is one of the best, probably the best player with this character. So shout outs to Video Games Yo to making it a little extra hype here in the grand finals as we humbly requested Shao Kahn's presence. It's so good.
Shout out to using that fatality at the end. That's maybe the only character in this game where that's like plausible. Maybe that his head can still be intact after traveling all the way through his endoskeleton. Why not? For sure. He's a robot in there. That was just a very dominant performance. As far as Terminator goes, the mix-ups definitely can be legit, but for the most part, that didn't even come up, right? There was that one moment where he got the snackish special of basically dash forward, the opponent tries to jump out, you do air spinning pile driver or air ultra 2, right? Whatever it is. That was sick. But other than that, we didn't really see the sort of more solid kind of mix-ups that we can see in Dark Fate. I mean, you're taking risks as this character, right? But you don't need to be taking big risks in that sort of way. And he went for it there. Other than that, it was basically all VGY. Shout outs to VGY. He's super good.
Oh, good.
Real treat to watch.
Good.
Really, but a treat to watch Omega K2. I really enjoyed watching the Kotal all day. That's been a lot of fun as well. In fact, we check out the bracket. I mean, if we look at the players overall, this was a treat from start to finish. When we began with the brothers matchup right up at the top, Video Games Yo versus Josh was how we opened this event. And even down to the very end when Video Games Yo beat Omega, all of these matches were great. Hats off to everybody in Western Europe. All the players there looking super sharp.
So good, so good. What a great region to, show off and to compete, do what you love doing. And again, if you guys are at home right now, make sure you check out the PlayStation 4 tournaments. The Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is presented by PS4 Tournaments, so check it out. It's an open series. PS4 tournaments are always on. Be sure to check out all the available titles with tournaments happening every single day, every single week. You got to see specifics. If you guys want to find out more information, all you got to do is head over to compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN, and then sign up or clear your schedule for all these specific tournaments. Again, huge shout outs to PS4 Tournaments for making this entire Pro Tour possible and being a really big asset in terms of a sponsor here, making sure that everyone is getting, the recognition that they want, that we're getting the streams out in all those different regions. And, you just love to see it, man. I love to see all these different regions being represented, and we wouldn't be able to do it without PlayStation 4. So huge shout outs to them.
It's been a great weekend of watching Intercontinental Combat. We had Oceania, which was won by Waz. We had EU East, which was won by Val. We had EU West, which was just won by Video Games Yo. Very talented players all over the world for this weekend. It was a treat to cast it, as they say in esports. Thanks a lot, Arma, for hanging out with me for all of that. It's been fun. Thanks a lot to everybody on the back end as well. We have had our administrators and broadcasters working just as much as anybody up here on the front. Thanks a lot to them too. That's it for this week. Again, this is a long-running series, folks. It's not just one weekend. We have 8 weekends for each of the sub-regions, and there's a ton of sub-regions. So we have a lot of Mortal Kombat action for you ahead in the coming months. That's the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation. Looking for attention, I don't need the extra tension, cause I'm in the 4th dimension, trapeze high in suspension. Now don't bother with the haters, cause they all be imitators. Real life manipulators, get it back up and see you later. I like me for me, I'ma be what I'ma be. I like me for me, I am who I wanna be. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. I like me for me, I'ma be what I'ma be. Prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself. I like me for me.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation. Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.